The skies, forests, and wetlands of the United States are alive with a vibrant cast of characters, each more striking than the last. From the regal bald eagle, a symbol of freedom, to the ruby-throated hummingbird, a tiny miracle with wings that beat faster than the eye can follow, or the northern cardinal, a red flame perched against the snow of winter. These creatures capture the imagination, not just for their beauty, but for the stories they tell about the landscapes they inhabit. Welcome to BBTV Official. In this celebration of avian splendor, we delve into the lives of the most beautiful birds across the United States. Let's go now. Blue Jay. The blue jay is a striking and intelligent bird native to North America, with a range that spans much of the eastern and central United States. It is commonly found in deciduous and mixed forests, as well as suburban and urban areas where trees are plentiful. Particularly abundant in states like New York, Ohio, and Florida, the blue jay's adaptability allows it to thrive in various habitats, from rural woodlands to bustling city parks. Medium-sized for a songbird, the blue jay measures about 9 to 12 inches, 23 to 30 centimeters, in length, with a wingspan of 13 to 16 inches, 33 to 40 centimeters, 17 inches, 33 to 43 centimeters. Its vibrant blue plumage is complemented by a white chest and underparts, along with a black collar and eyeline that create a striking facial pattern. Its wings and tail are adorned with intricate black and white barring, making it one of the most colorful birds in North America. Despite its vivid blue appearance, the color is not due to pigments, but a result of light refraction in the bird's feather structure, a phenomenon that adds to its mystique. Blue jays are opportunistic feeders, with a varied diet that includes acorns, nuts, seeds, fruits, insects, and occasionally small vertebrates like nestlings. They are known for their remarkable intelligence and resourcefulness, often catching food for later use. Their strong, versatile beak allows them to crack open tough shells, making them a key player in forest ecosystems as they help disperse seeds, particularly acorns, which contribute to oak forest regeneration. One of the blue jay's most fascinating traits is its vocal ability. It has a wide range of calls, from its loud, distinctive JJ to mimicry of other birds, including hawks. This mimicry may serve to warn other blue jays of danger or even to deceive predators. Their complex social behaviors, including cooperative nesting and mobbing threats, further showcase their intelligence and adaptability. Ruby-throated hummingbird. The ruby-throated hummingbird is a dazzling and agile bird native to North America, known for its vibrant plumage and incredible energy. Found primarily in the eastern United States, it migrates as far north as Canada during the summer breeding season and winters in Central America, making it one of the most widespread hummingbird species in the region. States such as Texas, Florida, and along the Mississippi River are critical migration corridors for this tiny traveler, whose journeys span thousands of miles, often including a non-stop flight across the Gulf of Mexico. As one of the smallest birds in the United States, the ruby-throated hummingbird measures only 3 to 3.5 inches, 7.5 to 9 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of 3.1 to 3.5 inches, 7.5 to 8.5 centimeters, 4.3 inches, 8 to 11 centimeters. Males are particularly striking, with an iridescent ruby-red throat patch, or gorget, that shimmers in sunlight, set against emerald-green feathers, and a white underbelly. Females, while lacking the ruby gorget, exhibit the same emerald plumage and an elegant, understated beauty. This hummingbird's diet consists primarily of nectar, which it sources from a wide variety of flowers, including trumpet creepers, bee balms, and honeysuckles. Its long, needle-like bill and extendable tongue are perfectly adapted for extracting nectar from deep tubular flowers. It also supplements its diet with small insects and spiders, which provide essential protein. Known for its remarkable hovering ability, the ruby-throated hummingbird can beat its wings up to 80 times per second, enabling it to feed with precision while staying aloft. The ruby-throated hummingbird has captured human fascination for centuries, earning a mythical status in various cultures. Indigenous legends often see the hummingbird as a symbol of joy, love, and endurance, while its near-miraculous migration journey has inspired awe and admiration. Scientifically, its rapid metabolism and energy efficiency are marvels of evolution, with the bird consuming up to twice its body weight in food each day to fuel its high-energy lifestyle. Northern Cardinal. The northern cardinal is one of the most beloved and recognizable birds in the United States, renowned for its brilliant red plumage and melodious song. Native to North America, it is widely distributed across the eastern and central United States, ranging from the southern states of Texas and Florida to as far north as Maine and the Great Lakes region. Cardinals have also expanded their range into the southwestern U.S., thriving in woodlands, gardens, and suburban areas. Their adaptability to both rural and urban environments makes them a familiar sight and sound for many Americans. This medium-sized songbird measures about 8 to 9 inches, 20 to 23 centimeters, in length, with a wingspan of 10 to 12 inches, 25 to 31 centimeters. The male northern cardinal is particularly striking, with bright red feathers, a black facial mask, and a crest atop its head that adds to its regal appearance. Females are more understated but equally beautiful, with warm tones of tan and reddish highlights on their wings and crest. Both sexes share the same stout orange beak, perfectly adapted for cracking seeds. Northern cardinals are primarily seed eaters, favoring sunflower seeds, millet, and other grains, but their diet also includes fruits and insects, especially during the breeding season. They are ground feeders, often seen hopping along the ground near bird feeders or under trees, foraging for food. Cardinals are non-migratory birds, making them a cherished presence year-round, even in winter, when their vibrant plumage stands out against snowy landscapes. As a state bird in 7 U.S. states, including Illinois, Ohio, and Virginia, the northern cardinal's prominence and charm have solidified its status as a cultural and ecological treasure. Its striking colors, melodic calls, and year-round presence make it a true ambassador of the natural beauty found in America's backyards and woodlands. Great Egret. The great egret is a majestic wading bird native to wetlands, marshes, and waterways across the United States and beyond. Its range spans much of the country, with year-round populations found in southern states like Florida, Louisiana, and Texas, and migratory populations extending into the Midwest and northern regions during breeding seasons. This bird thrives in shallow freshwater and saltwater habitats, often seen standing motionless in marshes or along rivers, exuding an aura of grace and serenity. One of the largest members of the heron family, the great egret, measures about 38 to 41 inches, 97 to 104 centimeters in length, with an impressive wingspan of up to 57 inches, 145 centimeters. Its plumage is entirely white, giving it a pristine, ethereal appearance, while its long, slender neck and dagger-like yellow bill are perfectly adapted for hunting. Its legs and feet are jet black, adding to its striking visual contrast. During the breeding season, great egrets develop elegant plumes, called aigrettes, which cascade down their backs and were once sought after in the fashion industry, a practice that nearly drove them to extinction in the 19th century. Great egrets are opportunistic feeders, primarily relying on their sharp eyesight and patient hunting skills. They feed on a variety of prey, including fish, amphibians, crustaceans, insects, and small reptiles. Standing still or wading slowly, they wait for the perfect moment to spear their prey with their powerful bill. This methodical approach makes them efficient hunters and vital components of their ecosystems, helping to maintain balance in wetland habitats. The great egret holds a special place in both conservation history and cultural symbolism. It was a catalyst for the establishment of the Audubon Society, as efforts to protect this bird from plume hunting led to some of the earliest conservation movements in the United States. Today, it is recognized as a symbol of resilience and the importance of protecting natural habitats. Bald eagle. The bald eagle, native to North America, is a bird synonymous with strength, freedom, and resilience. Found predominantly in the United States, this iconic species thrives near large bodies of water such as rivers, lakes, marshes, and coastal areas. It is most abundant in Alaska, home to more than half of the global bald eagle population, but can also be seen soaring across the Pacific Northwest, the Great Lakes region, and even as far south as Florida and the Gulf Coast during migration seasons. Renowned for its impressive size, the bald eagle has a wingspan that can reach up to 7.5 feet, 2.3 meters, and a body length of 28 to 40 inches, 71 to 102 centimeters. Its striking appearance is unmistakable. A dark brown body contrasted with a brilliant white head and tail, piercing yellow eyes, and a hooked yellow beak designed for tearing flesh. A skilled hunter and scavenger, the bald eagle primarily feeds on fish, which it captures by swooping down with razor-sharp talons to snatch prey from the water's surface. Its exceptional vision, up to 4 times sharper than that of humans, allows it to spot potential meals from great heights. Beyond fish, bald eagles are opportunistic and consume small mammals, waterfowl, and carrion, often scavenging from other predators. What sets the bald eagle apart is its symbolic significance and cultural reverence. Chosen as the national bird of the United States in 1782, it embodies the ideals of freedom and strength that define the country. Great blue heron. The great blue heron is one of the most iconic and widespread wading birds in North America, found throughout the United States in a variety of aquatic habitats. From the coastal marshes of the Atlantic and Pacific to the inland rivers, lakes, and wetlands of the Midwest and Great Plains, this versatile bird thrives wherever there is water. It is a year-round resident in much of the southern and coastal United States, while northern populations migrate south to escape freezing conditions during winter. As the largest heron in North America, the great blue heron stands an impressive 3.2 to 4.5 feet, 97 to 137 centimeters, tall, with a wingspan stretching 5.5 to 6.5 feet, 167 to 197 centimeters, 6.6 feet, 167 to 201 centimeters. Its plumage is a stunning mix of slate blue-gray, accented with black and white markings on the head and chest. Long, shaggy plumes adorn its neck and back, particularly during the breeding season, giving it a regal appearance. Its yellow dagger-like bill and long legs are perfectly adapted for stalking and spearing prey in shallow water. The great blue heron is a master hunter, feeding primarily on fish, though its diet also includes amphibians, small mammals, reptiles, crustaceans, and insects. Using its keen eyesight and incredible patience, the heron stands motionless or slowly wades through the water, waiting for the right moment to strike with lightning-fast precision. This methodical hunting technique makes it one of the most efficient predators in wetland ecosystems, helping to maintain ecological balance. This bird's calm and solitary demeanor has inspired a sense of mysticism and reverence. In many indigenous American cultures, the great blue heron symbolizes wisdom, self-reliance, and resourcefulness. Its slow, deliberate movements and serene presence are often associated with introspection and balance. The heron's ability to thrive in a variety of environments further highlights its adaptability, making it a symbol of resilience and harmony with nature. Indigo bunting. The indigo bunting is a small, vibrant songbird native to North and Central America, celebrated for its stunning, jewel-like appearance. In the United States, it is commonly found in the eastern and central regions, thriving in open woodlands, forest edges, and brushy fields from the Midwest to the Atlantic coast. During the breeding season, it is especially abundant in states such as Missouri, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. As a migratory bird, the indigo bunting spends winters in southern Florida, Mexico, and Central America, returning north each spring. This compact bird measures about 5 to 5.5 inches, 13 to 14 centimeters, in length, with a wingspan of 8 to 9 inches, 20 to 23 centimeters. Male indigo buntings are a breathtaking sight, with iridescent blue feathers that shimmer in sunlight due to the unique structure of their feathers, which refract light rather than contain blue pigments. Females, in contrast, have warm brown plumage that provides effective camouflage, especially while nesting. Indigo buntings are primarily seed eaters, feeding on grasses, weed seeds, and small fruits. But their diet expands to include insects during the breeding season when they need extra protein for their young. These birds forage both on the ground and in shrubs, and their small, conical beak is perfectly adapted for cracking seeds. Their dietary habits play a key ecological role in seed dispersal, contributing to the health of their habitats. The indigo bunting is often associated with transformation and renewal, thanks to its dazzling color change during the molt and its long migratory journeys. Its melodious song, a series of clear, high-pitched notes, is another remarkable trait, often heard at dawn as males establish their territories and attract mates. Indigenous and rural folklore sometimes link the indigo bunting to joy and positivity, as its bright color is seen as a herald of summer and good fortune. Belted kingfisher. The belted kingfisher is a striking and agile bird native to North America, commonly found across the United States near rivers, lakes, streams, and coastal regions. It thrives in habitats where clear, calm water provides an abundance of fish, its primary prey. This bird is a year-round resident in much of the southern United States, while populations in the northern states and Canada migrate south during winter, often reaching as far as Mexico and Central America. Its preference for water bodies with exposed perches like tree branches or power lines, makes it a familiar sight for those near aquatic environments. Measuring 11 to 14 inches, 28 to 35 centimeters, in length, the belted kingfisher has a robust body and a large head topped with a prominent shaggy crest. Its plumage is a mix of slate blue and white, with females showcasing an additional rusty band across the chest, a rare case where females are more vividly colored than males. This sexual dimorphism adds to the bird's distinctive appearance. Its long, pointed bill is perfectly adapted for catching fish, while its strong wings and tail enable it to hover above water with remarkable precision. The belted kingfisher is a masterful hunter, diving headfirst into the water to capture fish and other aquatic prey such as crayfish, amphibians, and small invertebrates. It often patrols its territory, emitting a loud, rattling call that echoes across the water. This bird also excavates long, tunnel-like nests in sandy or earthen banks near water, a behavior that requires teamwork between the male and female. Culturally, the belted kingfisher has inspired awe for its prowess and adaptability. In some indigenous American traditions, it is seen as a symbol of determination and resourcefulness, embodying the connection between air and water. Its striking appearance and dynamic hunting style make it a popular subject in art and storytelling, often representing vigilance and precision. Northern mockingbird. The northern mockingbird is a beloved and highly adaptable songbird found throughout the United States, thriving in a wide variety of habitats, from urban parks and suburban gardens to rural farmlands and desert edges. This bird is particularly common in the southern and eastern parts of the country, with year-round populations in states such as Texas, Florida, and California. It is also the state bird of several U.S. states, including Arkansas, Mississippi, and Tennessee, underscoring its cultural and ecological significance. Measuring about 8 to 11 inches, 20 to 28 centimeters, in length, the northern mockingbird has a slender gray body with white underparts and distinctive white wing patches that flash vividly in flight. Its tail is long and slightly rounded, often flicked upward as part of its behavior. Though its coloration is simple compared to other songbirds, its elegance lies in its movement and vocal prowess rather than flashy plumage. The northern mockingbird's diet is diverse, consisting primarily of insects such as beetles, grasshoppers, and caterpillars during the breeding season, while fruits, berries, and seeds become a staple in the winter months. Known for its resourcefulness, it forages on the ground and in shrubs, adapting to both natural and human-altered landscapes. Its ability to thrive in urban and suburban settings has made it a common yet endlessly fascinating bird for people across the country. What sets the northern mockingbird apart is its extraordinary vocal ability. A true mimic, it can replicate the songs of other birds, as well as the sounds of frogs, insects, and even mechanical noises like car alarms. Its repertoire can include hundreds of unique sounds, and males often sing tirelessly during mating season to attract a mate or defend their territory. The bird's name reflects this remarkable talent, and its ability to mock has made it a symbol of creativity and adaptability. In folklore and literature, the northern mockingbird represents joy, communication, and resilience. It has been immortalized in works such as Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, where it symbolizes innocence and integrity. Beyond its literary significance, the bird's ceaseless energy and melodious presence make it a cherished part of America's natural soundscape, celebrated as a symbol of the vibrant ecosystems it inhabits. Bohemian waxwing. The Bohemian waxwing is a striking and enigmatic songbird native to the boreal forests of North America, Europe, and Asia. In the United States, it is primarily found in the northern states during winter, especially in regions such as the Pacific Northwest, the Great Plains, and parts of the Midwest. Its range extends into Canada for breeding, and during particularly harsh winters or food shortages, it may wander farther south, appearing unpredictably in states like Colorado, and even as far as California and New Mexico. This nomadic behavior adds to its allure among bird enthusiasts. Measuring about 7 to 9 inches, 18 to 23 centimeters, in length, the Bohemian waxwing is known for its silky, grayish-brown plumage and its elegant crest, which sweeps upward from its head. The bird's wings feature striking red wax-like tips on certain feathers, giving it its name, and its tail is accented with a vibrant yellow band. The subtle black mask across its face and its throat add to its distinctive appearance, making it one of the most elegant songbirds in the Northern Hemisphere. The Bohemian waxwing's diet revolves primarily around fruits and berries, such as juniper, rowan, and hawthorn, which it consumes voraciously during winter. These birds are capable of digesting fermented berries, a unique adaptation that allows them to access food others might avoid. Insects form an essential part of their diet during the breeding season, providing the protein needed for raising young. They often forage in large social flocks, a behavior that not only ensures safety, but also adds to their visual spectacle when they descend en masse on berry-laden trees. Culturally, the Bohemian waxwing is often associated with elegance, mystery, and the changing seasons. Its unpredictable migratory patterns and nomadic lifestyle give it a sense of freedom and independence, while its waxy wingtips and striking plumage evoke a sense of artistry and beauty. In some cultures, the bird's appearance is seen as a sign of a bountiful harvest or a harsh winter ahead. Rose-breasted grosbeak. The rose-breasted grosbeak is a medium-sized songbird native to the forests and woodland edges of North and Central America. In the United States, it is most commonly found in the eastern and central regions during the breeding season, thriving in states such as Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Michigan. During migration, it travels through the southern U.S. and winters in the tropics, including parts of Mexico and Central America. Its preference for deciduous and mixed forests makes it a cherished sighting in rural and suburban areas with plenty of trees and shrubs. This bird measures about 7 to 8 inches, 18 to 21 centimeters, in length, with a wingspan of 11 to 13 inches, 28 to 33 centimeters. Male rose-breasted grosbeaks are particularly striking, with a black head and back, white underparts, and a vivid rose-red patch on their chest that resembles a heart. Females and juveniles have more subdued coloring, with streaky brown plumage that offers excellent camouflage. Both sexes share a large conical bill, which is ideal for cracking seeds. The diet of the rose-breasted grosbeak is highly varied, including seeds, fruits, and insects. In spring and summer, it feeds on beetles, caterpillars, and other insects, which provide essential protein for raising young. In fall and winter, its diet shifts toward seeds and berries, making it an important seed disperser in its ecosystem. This bird often forages in shrubs and trees, but is also a frequent visitor to backyard feeders, particularly those offering sunflower seeds. The rose-breasted grosbeak is celebrated for its rich, melodious song, often described as a sweeter version of the American robin's tune. Males sing vigorously during the breeding season, not only to attract mates, but also to defend their territory. Their beautiful flute-like notes make them a favorite among bird enthusiasts and contribute to the serene ambiance of the woodlands they inhabit. Pileated Woodpecker. The pileated woodpecker is one of the largest and most striking woodpeckers in North America, native to the forests of the United States and Canada. This iconic bird is most commonly found in mature deciduous and mixed woodlands, particularly in the eastern and southeastern United States, the Pacific Northwest, and parts of the Midwest. Its habitat extends to forested areas in states like Georgia, Wisconsin, and Oregon, where it thrives in large tracts of woodland with plenty of dead trees and decaying logs. The bird's distinctive presence and impressive size make it a favorite among bird watchers and nature enthusiasts. Measuring about 16 to 19 inches, 40 to 49 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of up to 30 inches, 76 centimeters, the pileated woodpecker is an unmistakable figure in the forest. Its jet black body is accented by bold white stripes along its neck and a striking red crest atop its head, which adds a splash of vivid color to its appearance. Males also display a red stripe on their cheeks, further enhancing their vibrant look. Its chisel-like bill is perfectly adapted for excavating deep holes in trees, a behavior that defines its role in the ecosystem. The pileated woodpecker primarily feeds on carpenter ants, termites, and other wood-boring insects, which it extracts by hammering large rectangular holes into trees. It also consumes berries, nuts, and seeds, especially in winter when insects are scarce. These feeding habits play a crucial role in forest health, as the bird's excavations create habitats for other wildlife, including small mammals and cavity-nesting birds. Its loud drumming, used for communication and territory defense, echoes through the forest and is often the first clue to its presence. This woodpecker holds a mythical status in American culture, often symbolizing persistence, creativity, and the cycles of life and death in the forest. It is sometimes compared to the elusive ivory-billed woodpecker, a species thought to be extinct, which adds an air of mystery and reverence to its presence. Its bold markings and distinctive call have also made it a frequent subject of folklore and art. American Robin. The American robin is one of the most familiar and widespread songbirds in North America, found throughout the United States across diverse habitats. From suburban backyards and city parks to forests, mountains, and farmlands, this adaptable bird thrives in a wide range of environments. Year-round populations exist in the southern United States, while northern populations migrate south for the winter, making it a common sight across the country during spring and fall migrations. The American robin is often one of the first birds to return in early spring, earning its reputation as a harbinger of the season. Measuring about 9 to 11 inches, 23 to 28 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of 12 to 16 inches, 31 to 41 centimeters, the American robin has a distinctive appearance. Its warm orange-red breast contrasts beautifully with its gray-brown back and dark head, while its bright yellow bill and white eye ring add to its charm. Males and females look similar, though males often display slightly brighter colors, especially during the breeding season. The American robin's diet is highly varied and changes with the seasons. In spring and summer, it primarily feeds on earthworms, insects, and other invertebrates, foraging on lawns and in gardens with its iconic run-and-stop hunting technique. In fall and winter, it shifts to a diet of fruits and berries, making it an important seed disperser for native plants. The bird's adaptability in finding food contributes to its success in both wild and urban environments. With its bright colors, melodious song, and role as a seasonal symbol, The American robin is a quintessential part of North America's natural heritage. Its presence in everyday life, from backyard gardens to expansive forests, ensures that it remains one of the most beloved and iconic birds in the United States. Painted bunting. The painted bunting, often described as one of the most colorful songbirds in North America, is a native treasure found in the southern United States. During the breeding season, this vibrant bird is commonly spotted in the southeastern states, including Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, and Florida, favoring brushy edges, woodland clearings, and riparian habitats. In winter, it migrates to Central America, the Caribbean, and parts of southern Florida. Its preference for dense vegetation and shrubby habitats makes it a bird that is often heard before it is seen, despite its brilliant plumage. Measuring about 5 to 5.5 inches, 13 to 14 centimeters in length, the painted bunting is renowned for its kaleidoscopic appearance, especially in males. The male's plumage is a striking blend of blue on the head, green on the back, and bright red on the chest and belly, making it look like a living rainbow. Females and juveniles, in contrast, are a uniform greenish-yellow, providing effective camouflage in their dense habitats. This sexual dimorphism ensures that males dazzle during the breeding season, while females remain well hidden while nesting. Painted buntings have a varied diet, feeding primarily on seeds for most of the year. During the breeding season, they add insects to their diet to provide protein-rich nourishment for their growing chicks. Foraging occurs both on the ground and in low vegetation, where the bird's agility helps it reach seeds and small insects. Its preference for weed seeds and grasses also makes it an important player in maintaining the ecological balance of its habitat. In folklore, the painted bunting has long been associated with beauty and wonder, often symbolizing joy and vibrancy. Its vivid colors have made it a popular subject in Native American storytelling, where it is sometimes referred to as the nonpareil, meaning unparalleled in French, a nod to its unmatched beauty. Sadly, its striking appearance has also made it a target for illegal trapping and the pet trade, threatening its populations in some regions. Green jay. The green jay is a brilliantly colored and charismatic bird native to the tropical and subtropical regions of the Americas. In the United States, it is found primarily in the southernmost parts of Texas, particularly in the Rio Grande Valley, where it inhabits dense woodlands, thorn forests, and scrublands. Measuring about 10 to 12 inches, 25 to 30 centimeters in length, the green jay is a medium-sized songbird with stunning plumage. Its back and wings are a vibrant green, contrasting beautifully with a bright yellow underside. The bird's head features a striking combination of black and blue, with a bold black facial mask and a vivid blue crown. Its long tail, edged with yellow and green, adds to its vibrant appearance, making it one of the most eye-catching birds in its range. The green jay is an omnivore, feeding on a diverse diet that includes insects, small vertebrates, fruits, seeds, and even the eggs and nestlings of other birds. It is an intelligent and resourceful forager, often working in small groups to search for food. Its strong, versatile bill allows it to crack seeds, peel fruits, and dig for insects in the soil or under bark. Green jays are known for their cooperative behaviors, including helping to raise the young within family groups, a trait that highlights their social nature. Western meadowlark. The western meadowlark is a beloved songbird native to North America, celebrated for its cheerful song and bright plumage. It is found primarily in the open grasslands and prairies of the western and central United States, from the Great Plains to the Rocky Mountains, and as far west as California and Oregon. The bird also inhabits parts of Canada and Mexico, making it a symbol of the wide open spaces across the continent. It is particularly abundant in states like Kansas, Nebraska, and Montana, where its sweet melody often echoes through the rolling fields. Medium-sized for a songbird, the western meadowlark measures about 8 to 11 inches, 20 to 28 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of approximately 14 to 16 centimeters, 16 inches, 35 to 41 centimeters. Its plumage is striking, a bright yellow chest and belly, boldly marked with a black V-shaped band, set against a mottled brown and white back that provides effective camouflage in its grassy habitat. The bird's long, pointed bill and relatively short tail are perfectly adapted for its lifestyle in open fields. Western meadowlarks primarily feed on insects and seeds, with their diet varying by season. Insects such as grasshoppers, beetles, and caterpillars dominate their summer diet, while seeds and grains take precedence in the colder months. They forage on the ground, using their pointed bill to probe into the soil or flip over debris in search of food. This feeding behavior contributes to pest control and seed dispersal, making the meadowlark an important player in grassland ecosystems. The western meadowlark is renowned for its melodic, flute-like song, often described as one of the most beautiful bird songs in North America. Males sing to establish territories and attract mates, their tunes becoming a quintessential sound of the American prairies. The bird's cultural significance is reflected in its designation as the state bird of 6 U.S. states, including Kansas, Nebraska, and Wyoming, underscoring its role as a symbol of the heartland. Greattailed Grackle. The great-tailed grackle is a striking and highly adaptable bird native to the Americas, with a range that has expanded significantly over the past century. In the United States, it is primarily found in the southwestern and central states, including Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and California, but its range now extends as far north as Kansas and as far east as Florida. This species thrives in a variety of habitats, from marshes and agricultural fields to urban parks, parking lots, and suburban neighborhoods, showcasing its incredible adaptability to human-altered environments. Measuring about 15 to 18 inches, 38 to 46 centimeters in length, with males significantly larger than females, the great-tailed grackle is notable for its glossy, iridescent plumage. Males are particularly striking, with black feathers that shimmer with shades of blue, green, and purple in the sunlight. Their long, wedge-shaped tails are a signature feature, adding elegance to their flight and courtship displays. Females, by contrast, are smaller and more subdued in color, with brownish feathers that provide effective camouflage. The great-tailed grackle is an opportunistic omnivore with a varied diet that includes insects, small vertebrates, grains, fruits, and discarded human food. It is known for its resourcefulness in urban areas, scavenging scraps from trash bins or outdoor dining areas. In natural settings, it forages on the ground or in shallow water, using its sharp conical bill to probe for insects or crack seeds. This adaptability in diet has contributed to its successful expansion across diverse landscapes. Culturally, the great-tailed grackle is a bird of contrast, admired for its intelligence and flamboyant displays, yet sometimes considered a nuisance in urban areas due to its loud, varied calls and gregarious nature. Its vocalizations range from whistles and creaks to metallic squawks, earning it a reputation as one of the most vocal and expressive birds in its range. Carolina Wren. The Carolina wren is a small but spirited bird native to the southeastern United States, where it thrives in forests, suburban gardens, and brushy areas. Its range extends across much of the eastern United States, from Texas and Florida up to the Great Lakes region. Adaptable and resilient, the Carolina wren can often be found in states like South Carolina, where it is the state bird, Georgia and Virginia, as well as in urban areas where its loud, ringing song often brightens even the quietest corners. Measuring about 4.5 to 5.5 inches, 11 to 14 centimeters in length, the Carolina wren is a compact bird with warm, cinnamon-brown plumage on its back and a pale, buff-colored underside. Its white eyebrow stripe, or supercilium, gives it a distinctive appearance, along with its slightly curved bill and upturned tail, often flicked energetically. Though modest in size, the Carolina wren's striking colors and lively movements make it a standout in any habitat. This wren is an opportunistic forager, feeding on insects, spiders, and other small invertebrates, which it gleans from tree bark, leaf litter, and crevices. Its diet also includes fruits and seeds, particularly in winter when insects are less abundant. Known for its curious and resourceful nature, the Carolina wren often explores its surroundings, making use of diverse food sources and nesting locations. These birds frequently nest in unusual places, such as mailboxes, flower pots, or even discarded boots, showcasing their adaptability to human-altered environments. The Carolina wren is celebrated for its powerful voice, which is remarkably loud for such a small bird. Males sing a repertoire of clear, melodious notes, often transcribed as tea kettle, tea kettle, tea kettle, to establish territory and attract mates. Its cheerful song has earned it a place in the folklore of the southeastern United States, symbolizing joy, resilience, and persistence. Greater Roadrunner. The greater roadrunner is an iconic bird of the American Southwest, known for its incredible speed and unique adaptations to arid environments. Found primarily in the deserts, scrublands, and grasslands of the southwestern United States, it ranges across states such as Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, and parts of Nevada. This bird thrives in open, dry habitats, where its terrestrial lifestyle allows it to navigate the rugged terrain with ease. Its ability to survive in such challenging environments makes it a symbol of resilience and ingenuity. Measuring about 20 to 24 inches, 50 to 61 centimeters in length, the greater roadrunner has a slender, elongated body with a long tail and strong legs built for running. Its plumage is a blend of brown and white streaks, providing excellent camouflage in its natural surroundings. The bird's crest, which it raises when alert or excited, and its strikingly bright blue and orange facial patches near the eyes add to its distinctive appearance. The greater roadrunner is a carnivorous predator with a diverse diet. It feeds on insects, small reptiles like lizards and snakes, rodents, and even small birds. This bird is particularly famous for its ability to hunt and kill venomous snakes, using its strong beak and swift reflexes. It is primarily a ground hunter, running at speeds of up to 20 miles per hour, 32 kilometers per hour, to chase down prey, though it occasionally forages in bushes or low trees. Its opportunistic diet allows it to adapt to seasonal changes in food availability. Culturally, American woodcock. The American woodcock, often referred to as the timberdoodle, is a peculiar and fascinating bird native to North America. It is primarily found in the eastern United States, ranging from the Gulf Coast to as far north as Maine and the Great Lakes region during its breeding season. This secretive bird thrives in young forests, wet meadows, and shrubby areas, particularly in moist habitats with rich soil. In winter, many American woodcocks migrate to the southeastern United States, including states like Louisiana and Georgia, where they find milder climates and softer ground for foraging. Compact and plump, the American woodcock measures about 10 to 12 inches, 25 to 30 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of 16 to 18 inches, 41 to 46 centimeters. Its mottled brown, black, and buff-colored plumage provides excellent camouflage, allowing it to blend seamlessly with the forest floor. The bird's most distinctive features are its long, straight bill, adapted for probing deep into soil for earthworms, and its large, dark eyes positioned high on its head, offering a wide field of vision to detect predators. The American woodcock's diet primarily consists of earthworms, which make up about 80% of its food intake. It also consumes insects, larvae, and small amounts of plant material like seeds. Using its specialized bill, the woodcock probes into soft, moist soil to locate prey, often rocking its body rhythmically as it feeds, a behavior thought to help it sense vibrations of nearby worms. This foraging technique is a hallmark of its ecological niche and highlights its adaptation to woodland habitats. One of the most captivating aspects of the American woodcock is its elaborate courtship display, performed by males in early spring. At dusk, males take to open clearings and emit a series of nasal peent calls, followed by an aerial display involving spiraling flights and musical chirps produced by air rushing through their wing feathers. This enchanting sky dance is a celebrated natural spectacle and has inspired countless observers to seek out this otherwise elusive bird. Black swan. The black swan is a captivating and enigmatic bird native to Australia, but it has been introduced to various parts of the world, including the United States, where it is often found in managed settings such as parks, private estates, and ornamental lakes. While not a native species, black swans are occasionally spotted in the wild in the southern and western United States, particularly in Florida, California, and Texas, where they have escaped from captivity and established small feral populations. Their elegant presence has made them a popular addition to ornamental water features and aviaries. Measuring 43 to 56 inches, 110 to 142 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of up to 6.5 feet, 2 meters, the black swan is a large and striking water bird. Its plumage is predominantly black, contrasted by bright white flight feathers visible during flight. The bird's long, curved neck and vibrant red bill, tipped with white, add to its distinctive appearance. This combination of colors gives the black swan an almost mythical quality, setting it apart from its more familiar white relatives. The black swan's diet consists primarily of aquatic vegetation, including algae and submerged plants, which it grazes from the water's surface or pulls from the bottom of shallow ponds and lakes. It is also known to feed on grains and grasses near the water's edge, showcasing its adaptability. These birds are often seen swimming gracefully or dabbling in shallow water, using their long necks to forage effectively. What makes the black swan particularly fascinating is its symbolic and cultural significance. In European folklore, swans were traditionally white, and the idea of a black swan was once used as a metaphor for something impossible or non-existent. This changed with the discovery of the species in Australia, making the black swan a powerful symbol of the unexpected and the improbable. The term black swan event is now widely used to describe rare, unpredictable occurrences with significant impact, further cementing the bird's association with mystery and rarity. Great Horned Owl. The great horned owl is one of the most widespread and formidable owls in North America, found throughout the United States in a variety of habitats, from dense forests and open fields to deserts and urban areas. This highly adaptable bird thrives in environments ranging from the snowy woodlands of Alaska to the arid landscapes of the Southwest, and even suburban neighborhoods, making it a common yet awe-inspiring presence across the continent. Known as a top nocturnal predator, the great horned owl is often called the tiger of the sky for its power and stealth. This large owl measures about 18 to 25 inches, 46 to 64 centimeters, in length, with an impressive wingspan of 3.3 to 4.8 feet, 1 to 1.5 meters. Its plumage is a mottled mix of browns, grays, and whites, providing excellent camouflage in its natural environment. The bird's iconic horns, which are actually feather tufts, give it a distinctive silhouette, while its piercing yellow eyes and sharp, hooked beak add to its fierce appearance. The great horned owl is an opportunistic carnivore with a diverse diet, feeding on everything from small mammals like rabbits and rodents to birds, reptiles, and even insects. It is also known to take down larger prey such as skunks and porcupines, demonstrating its incredible strength and hunting skills. Using its powerful talons, which can exert a crushing force, the owl silently ambushes its prey under the cover of darkness, aided by exceptional night vision and acute hearing. This owl holds a prominent place in mythology and folklore across cultures. To many Native American tribes, it symbolizes wisdom, mystery, and the connection between the physical and spiritual worlds. In popular culture, the great horned owl is often depicted as a guardian of the night, embodying both the beauty and danger of the natural world. Its haunting hoots, often described as hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo, echo through the wilderness, adding an aura of mystique to its nocturnal activities. Elegant Trogon. The elegant trogon is a dazzling and rare bird, celebrated for its vibrant plumage and ethereal presence in the forests of the American Southwest. Native to the mountainous regions of Mexico and Central America, it reaches the United States in limited numbers, primarily inhabiting the oak and sycamore canyons of southeastern Arizona, such as the Chiricahua and Huachuca Mountains. Its preference for riparian woodlands with dense cover makes it a sought-after species for birdwatchers willing to explore its hidden haunts. Measuring about 11 to 12 inches, 28 to 31 centimeters in length, the elegant trogon is aptly named for its striking appearance. Males feature a metallic green head and back, contrasting with a crimson-red belly and a bold white chest band. Their tail feathers are marked with black and white barring, creating a mesmerizing display in flight. Females, while less vibrant, exhibit a subtle beauty with grayish-brown plumage and hints of green and red. The bird's soft, whistling call often betrays its presence before it is seen, as it tends to remain motionless for long periods. The elegant trogon's diet consists primarily of fruits, insects, and small invertebrates. It is particularly fond of wild berries and figs, which it plucks from trees with precision. During the breeding season, it supplements its diet with caterpillars, beetles, and other insects, providing essential protein for raising its young. Unlike many other birds, the elegant trogon nests in abandoned woodpecker holes or natural cavities in trees, reflecting its reliance on forest habitats for survival. Its presence is considered a blessing, and its rarity in the United States adds to its mystique. For many, spotting an elegant trogon in Arizona's rugged canyons is a magical experience, a moment that bridges the wild vibrancy of the tropics with the rugged beauty of the American desert. Blackcapped Chickadee. The black-capped chickadee is a small, lively songbird native to North America, renowned for its friendly demeanor and distinctive call. In the United States, it is found across much of the northern half of the country, thriving in forests, woodlands, parks, and suburban backyards from the Pacific Northwest to the Northeast. States like Minnesota, Michigan, and Maine are particularly rich in black-capped chickadee populations, though its range also extends into parts of the Rocky Mountains and the northern plains. This bird is highly adaptable and often remains in its territory year-round, even in the harsh winters of northern climates. Measuring only 4.7 to 5.9 inches, 12 to 15 centimeters. In length, the black-capped chickadee is a compact bird with soft, rounded features. Its plumage is strikingly patterned, with a black cap and bib, white cheeks, and soft gray wings and back. Its undersides are light, with a subtle buff hue along the flanks. Despite its small size, the chickadee exudes an air of curiosity and confidence, often approaching humans in search of food. The black-capped chickadee's diet is diverse, consisting of insects, seeds, berries, and even small bits of sweat or other high-energy foods found at bird feeders. During the warmer months, it feeds primarily on caterpillars, spiders, and other invertebrates, playing a vital role in controlling insect populations. In winter, it shifts to seeds and berries, often caching food in hidden locations to sustain itself during leaner times. Its remarkable memory enables it to relocate these hidden stashes even months later. Known for its inquisitive and acrobatic behavior, the black-capped chickadee is also celebrated for its vocalizations. Its iconic chick-a-dee-dee-dee call serves as both an identification marker and an alarm signal, with the number of D notes varying depending on the level of perceived danger. Its clear, whistled Phoebe song is often one of the first signs of spring, bringing a sense of renewal and joy to its surroundings. Red-winged blackbird. The red-winged blackbird is one of the most abundant and recognizable birds in North America, known for its striking appearance and melodious calls. Found throughout the United States, this species thrives in a wide range of habitats, from wetlands and marshes to grasslands and even agricultural fields. It is particularly common in areas with cattails and reeds, such as the Great Plains, the Southeast, and the Midwest. During migration and winter, large flocks can be seen roosting in open fields and along waterways, often mixed with other blackbird species. This medium-sized bird measures about 7 to 9 inches, 17 to 23 centimeters, in length, with a wingspan of 12 to 16 inches, 30 to 40 centimeters. Males are particularly striking, with glossy black plumage and bright red shoulder patches, bordered by yellow, that they flash during courtship displays or territorial defense. Females are brown and heavily streaked, resembling large sparrows, which provides effective camouflage when nesting. The red-winged blackbird is an omnivore, feeding primarily on seeds, grains, and insects. In summer, It forages for caterpillars, beetles, and other invertebrates, which are abundant in its wetland habitats and provide crucial nutrition during the breeding season. In fall and winter, its diet shifts to grains and weed seeds, making it a familiar sight in agricultural fields. These birds are highly social and often forage in large flocks, particularly during non-breeding months. Culturally and symbolically, the red-winged blackbird is often associated with change and renewal, as its vibrant calls and displays herald the arrival of spring in many regions. Its rich, bubbling song, often described as conch-la-ree, is a familiar sound in wetlands and fields, adding a vibrant soundtrack to its environment. Wood duck. The wood duck is one of the most beautiful and distinctive waterfowl in North America, known for its vibrant colors and unique habitat preferences. Native to the United States, it is widely distributed across the country, favoring wooded swamps, marshes, and rivers with ample tree cover. Wood ducks are particularly abundant in the eastern United States, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast, and along the Pacific Northwest. Measuring about 18 to 21 inches, 46 to 54 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of 26 to 29 inches, 66 to 73 centimeters. The wood duck is medium-sized, but stands out due to its dazzling plumage. Males, or drakes, are especially striking, with iridescent green and purple feathers on their heads, red eyes, and a white facial pattern that resembles delicate brush strokes. Their chestnut-colored breast and golden flanks complete the picture of avian artistry. Females, while more subdued, possess a delicate beauty with their gray-brown plumage, white eye ring, and subtle iridescence. The wood duck's diet is omnivorous, consisting of seeds, acorns, fruits, aquatic vegetation, and small invertebrates. They forage by dabbling at the water's surface or grazing on land near wetlands. Acorns are a particularly important part of their diet in fall and winter, making them a key species for seed dispersal in forested ecosystems. Their strong, clawed feet also allow them to perch on branches, a trait uncommon among waterfowl. One of the most fascinating aspects of the wood duck is its nesting behavior. Females lay their eggs in tree cavities, often high above the ground. Once hatched, ducklings make a dramatic leap from the nest to the ground or water below, relying on their light weight and resilience to land safely. This behavior adds a sense of wonder and excitement to their life cycle. In folklore, the wood duck is often associated with renewal, beauty, and adaptability. Its recovery from near extinction in the early 20th century, thanks to conservation efforts and the installation of nest boxes, stands as a testament to the resilience of nature when supported by human stewardship. Northern bobwhite. The northern bobwhite is a small, ground-dwelling bird native to the eastern and southern United States, where it is a quintessential symbol of grasslands and open woodlands. Its range spans from the Great Plains to the Atlantic coast, with significant populations in states like Texas, Georgia, and Florida. It thrives in a variety of habitats, including prairies, pine savannas, and agricultural fields, but its numbers have declined in recent decades due to habitat loss and changes in land use. Known for its unmistakable bobwhite call, this bird is a cherished part of rural America's natural heritage. Measuring about 9 to 11 inches, 23 to 28 centimeters, in length, the northern bobwhite has a compact, rounded body with a short tail. Males are particularly striking, with a white throat and eyebrow stripe that contrast with their rust-colored body and speckled plumage. Females are slightly duller, with buff-colored markings that provide effective camouflage in their grassy habitats. These birds are adept at blending into their surroundings, making them a challenge to spot, despite their distinct calls. The northern bobwhite is an omnivore, feeding on seeds, grains, and insects. During the summer months, it consumes a high proportion of insects, such as beetles and grasshoppers, which provide essential protein for reproduction and growth. In winter, its diet shifts to seeds and plant material, including crops like corn and soybeans. The bird forages primarily on the ground, often scratching at the soil to uncover food. It is also highly social, forming coveys, small groups, during the non-breeding season to enhance survival through communal roosting and foraging. Killdeer. The killdeer is a widespread and charismatic shorebird native to North America, commonly found across much of the United States. Unlike many shorebirds, it often ventures far from water, thriving in a variety of open habitats, including grasslands, agricultural fields, golf courses, and even suburban lawns. Its range extends from southern Canada to northern Mexico, with year-round populations in the southern and western U.S., including states like California, Texas, and Florida. Measuring about 8 to 11 inches, 20 to 28 centimeters in length, the killdeer is a medium-sized plover with a sleek, streamlined body. Its plumage features a warm brown back, white underparts, and a distinctive double black band across its chest. Its bright red eye ring and long legs add to its striking appearance, while its sharp, high-pitched call, often transcribed as killdeer, is unmistakable, and the origin of its name. The killdeer's diet consists primarily of insects, earthworms, and other small invertebrates, which it forages by running across open ground, stopping abruptly, and pecking at the soil. It also consumes seeds and grains, making it a familiar sight in agricultural areas. Its hunting technique, involving rapid bursts of movement, reflects its agility and keen eyesight, allowing it to spot prey easily in open environments. One of the killdeer's most remarkable traits is its dramatic broken wing act, a behavior used to distract predators from its nest. When a threat approaches, the bird feigns injury by fluttering on the ground with one wing outstretched, leading the predator away before taking flight at the last moment. This clever strategy has fascinated observers and earned the killdeer a reputation for ingenuity and resourcefulness. Red-headed woodpecker. The red-headed woodpecker is a strikingly colorful and charismatic bird native to North America, particularly the United States. This species is distributed widely across the central and eastern United States, with a range that stretches from the Great Plains to the Atlantic coast. It thrives in open woodlands, orchards, groves, and even urban parks, often favoring areas with dead trees or branches for nesting and foraging. States like Ohio, Illinois, and Georgia are among its key habitats, though populations have been observed as far south as Florida and as far north as southern Canada. Measuring about 7.5 to 9 inches, 19 to 23 centimeters, in length, with a wingspan of 16 to 23 centimeters, 17 inches, 41 to 43 centimeters, the red-headed woodpecker is a medium-sized bird that stands out due to its bold coloration. True to its name, its entire head and neck are a vibrant crimson red, contrasting sharply with its snow-white belly and black wings, which are accentuated by large white patches. This tricolor pattern gives the bird a striking and unmistakable appearance, making it one of the most visually distinctive woodpeckers in North America. The diet of the red-headed woodpecker is highly varied, showcasing its adaptability. It feeds on insects, nuts, seeds, and berries, as well as occasionally preying on small vertebrates like mice or raiding other birds' nests for eggs. Unlike many woodpeckers, it is also skilled at catching insects in midair. It is one of the few woodpecker species known to store food, often caching nuts and seeds in tree crevices, which it retrieves during leaner times. This behavior highlights its intelligence and resourcefulness. Evening Grosbeak. The evening grosbeak is a robust and colorful finch native to North America, known for its striking appearance and occasional eruptive migrations. In the United States, it is commonly found in the northern and western states, particularly in coniferous and mixed forests of the Rockies, the Pacific Northwest, and the Great Lakes region. During the winter months, it can be spotted farther south, occasionally venturing into the southern United States in search of food. These irregular movements, often driven by food availability, make sightings of evening grosbeaks an exciting and unpredictable event for birdwatchers. Measuring about 6.3 to 7.1 inches, 16 to 18 centimeters, in length, with a wingspan of 11 to 18 inches, 28 to 46 centimeters, 14 inches, 28 to 36 centimeters. The evening grosbeak is a medium-sized songbird with a stocky build and a large conical bill that is pale green in breeding males. The male's plumage is particularly eye-catching, featuring bright yellow bodies, a dark brown head with a bold yellow stripe over the eyes, and black wings accented with white patches. Females and juveniles are more subdued in color, with grayish tones and hints of yellow, but they retain the striking wing pattern. The evening grosbeak's diet is primarily plant-based, consisting of seeds, buds, and fruits, with a particular fondness for sunflower seeds, maple seeds, and the buds of trees such as elm and cherry. During the summer, it supplements its diet with insects, including caterpillars and beetles, which provide vital protein for raising young. This bird's powerful bill allows it to crack open hard seeds with ease, making it a regular visitor to bird feeders in areas where it winters. One of the most fascinating aspects of the evening grosbeak is its association with seasonal change and abundance. Historically, it was believed to be a harbinger of evening or dusk, giving rise to its name. Its sudden and unpredictable appearances during winter, often in large, noisy flocks, have earned it a reputation as a symbol of surprise and abundance in the natural world. In many areas, its bold presence brings a burst of color and activity to snowy landscapes, making it a welcome visitor during the colder months. Black-billed magpie. The black-billed magpie is a striking and intelligent bird native to North America, commonly found in the western United States. Its range extends from the Great Plains to the Pacific coast, thriving in open landscapes such as grasslands, shrublands, and even suburban areas. States like Montana, Colorado, and Wyoming are home to abundant populations, where its bold presence and raucous calls are a familiar part of the landscape. Measuring about 18 to 24 inches, 46 to 61 centimeters in length, including its long, elegant tail, the black-billed magpie is one of the most eye-catching members of the crow family. Its glossy black plumage is highlighted by iridescent blue and green feathers on its wings and tail, which shimmer in sunlight. Contrasting sharply with its white belly and wing patches, this bold coloration gives the bird an unmistakable appearance. Its large size, loud voice, and inquisitive behavior make it impossible to overlook. The black-billed magpie is an omnivore, feeding on a wide variety of foods, including insects, small mammals, carrion, seeds, and fruits. It is also known to scavenge from human garbage and livestock feed, showcasing its resourcefulness. Magpies are highly opportunistic feeders, often caching food for later consumption and even pilfering from other animals. This adaptability and intelligence have earned them a reputation as clever tricksters, capable of solving complex problems and learning from their surroundings. In folklore and mythology, the black-billed magpie is often associated with wit, curiosity, and mischief. Indigenous cultures of the Great Plains viewed the magpie as a messenger and a symbol of transformation, while European settlers brought with them tales of magpies as cunning creatures with an affinity for shiny objects. Modern researchers have confirmed the magpie's exceptional intelligence, ranking it among the most cognitively advanced birds capable of recognizing itself in mirrors, a trait shared with only a handful of animals. Common grackle. The common grackle is a widespread and adaptable songbird native to North America, thriving in a variety of habitats across the United States. Its range stretches from the eastern states, such as New York and Florida, to parts of the Midwest, including Ohio and Illinois. This bird is particularly abundant in open woodlands, agricultural fields, suburban areas, and wetlands, where it forms large, noisy flocks. During winter, the grackle migrates to the southern U.S. and Mexico, gathering in massive roosts that can number in the thousands, creating a dramatic and dynamic spectacle. Measuring 11 to 13 inches, 28 to 33 centimeters in length, the common grackle is a medium-sized blackbird with a sleek, elongated body and long tail. Its glossy black plumage shimmers with iridescent hues of blue, green, and bronze, which appear to change depending on the light, giving the bird a striking and almost mystical appearance. Its sharp yellow eyes and long, pointed bill add to its distinctive, slightly intimidating look. As an opportunistic omnivore, the common grackle has a highly varied diet that includes insects, seeds, grains, fruits, and even small vertebrates like frogs and lizards. It is also known to forage in human-altered environments, scavenging scraps, or raiding bird feeders and garbage bins. In agricultural settings, it is both admired for its pest control abilities and disliked for its occasional tendency to damage crops. Grackles are highly social, often foraging in large groups, which increases their efficiency and safety from predators. Culturally, the common grackle has a dual reputation, often viewed as both a nuisance and a marvel of adaptability. Its bold behavior and loud metallic calls are a constant presence in its habitats, earning it mixed reactions from those who encounter it. In folklore, grackles are sometimes associated with transformation and mystery, their shimmering feathers symbolizing hidden depths or changeability. Modern research highlights their intelligence as they have been observed using tools and solving problems in their quest for food. As we journey through the vibrant world of US's most beautiful birds, it's impossible not to feel awe and admiration for the extraordinary diversity and resilience of these feathered wonders. These birds not only enrich our natural landscapes, but also inspire us with their melodies, colors, and behaviors that symbolize the harmony and vitality of the ecosystems they inhabit. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these birds captured your heart the most? Or perhaps rekindled a memory of your own birdwatching adventures? Share your stories and connect with our community of bird enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content about wildlife and the wonders of nature. Share this journey with friends and family, and let's keep the conversation going. Together, we can celebrate and protect the incredible biodiversity that makes our planet so extraordinary. Canada, where the whisper of pine forests meets the roar of ocean surf, and winter's hush blankets mountains, marshes, and endless skies. This is a land sculpted by ice and wind. Canada speaks in quiet wonders. The shimmer of northern lights across frozen lakes, the rush of wings over prairie fields, and the haunting call of loons echoing through dawn mist. From the snow-draped tundra of the Arctic Circle to the temperate rainforests of the Pacific coast, to the maple-drenched woodlands of the east, this country shelters a tapestry of birds. Resilient, radiant, and rare. In this episode from BBTV Official, we travel into Canada's wild soul, discovering 32 extraordinary birds whose feathers, voices, and lives reflect the raw majesty of one of Earth's last great frontiers. If you find wonder in wings and wilderness, tap like, subscribe, and ring the bell, so you're ready for the next journey into the world's most beautiful creatures. Snowy owl, Buboscandiacus. When winter takes hold of the Arctic tundra and the sun barely grazes the horizon, a silent sentinel emerges, cloaked in snow, forged by wind. The snowy owl, Buboscandiacus, is not merely a bird, but a presence, mythic and magnetic. Its Latin name whispers of the north, Scandiacus, of Scandinavia. But in Canada, this owl reigns as one of the most iconic raptors of the frozen wild. From the wind-carved expanses of Nunavut and northern Manitoba to the southern prairies, in winter, snowy owls trace invisible paths over open plains and coastal marsh. They are nomads of the north, following the pulse of lemming populations, sometimes journeying astonishing distances. Males, nearly pure white, gleam like living ice sculptures, while females and juveniles wear dark flecks and bars, storm clouds trapped in feather. Weighing up to 6.5 pounds and stretching 5 feet in wingspan, they are among the largest owls on Earth, with piercing yellow eyes that burn against a pale canvas. What sets them apart is not just beauty, it's boldness. Unlike their woodland cousins, snowy owls hunt by day, sweeping low across tundra in ghost-like silence to strike with deadly force. Lemmings are their bread and butter, but rabbits, ducks, and even gulls may fall prey. They build their nests on bare ground where the wind never stops and the sky stretches forever. Females lay up to a dozen eggs, more when prey is abundant. She guards them fiercely, a fortress in feathers. Picture this: a blizzard breaks, the land stills, and from the white abyss, 2 glowing eyes appear. The snowy owl watches, unmoved. She is winter's breath given wings. Spotted towhee, Pipilo maculatus. Rustling leaves give it away, not wind, not squirrel, but something deliberate, rhythmic, alive. Beneath the tangle of brambles and sun-dappled understory, the spotted towhee stirs, a fire-eyed forager with embers in its feathers. Pipilo maculatus, the name itself suggests contrast. Pipilo, meaning a soft chirp. Maculatus, meaning spotted or speckled. This is a bird that hides in plain sight and yet never fails to dazzle. Ranging across southern British Columbia, the foothills of Alberta, and spilling westward along Canada's Pacific slope, the spotted towhee thrives where thickets and edge habitats meet. It prefers dense, shrubby undergrowth, where shadows and sunbeams weave a perfect camouflage. About 8.5 inches long, this bird is unmistakable once seen. Jet black upperparts streaked with white spots, a warm rufous blaze along its flanks, and bright red eyes that gleam with perpetual alertness. The tail, long and expressive, flicks like punctuation to its every move. Towhees don't nibble, they rummage. With bold double-footed hops, they scratch through leaf litter, flinging debris aside to unearth seeds, berries, beetles, and tiny invertebrates. It's less a feeding method and more a miniature excavation ritual, repeated 1,000 times beneath the forest veil. They feed both on the ground and in low vegetation, shifting from insects and spiders to acorns and fruit as the seasons turn. But always, they scratch, hop, and flick, like dancers of the forest floor. Nesting low in bramble thickets, the female weaves a deep cup and guards up to 6 eggs. While she broods, the male lingers nearby, alert and vocal. As twilight deepens and the air turns gold, a soft trill rises from the brush. The towhee remains unseen, but its voice lingers, like a memory stitched into the forest's breath. Evening grosbeak, Cocothrustes vespertinus. Gold flashes through conifer shadows like a winged ember. Perched among spruce and pine, the evening grosbeak glows against the green. A bold splash of sunlight with a beak like forged ivory. Its name, Cocothrustes vespertinus, carries poetry and precision, kernel breaker of the evening. Once believed to sing only at twilight, this songbird now fills daylight woods with crackling presence. Native to the boreal forests of central and western Canada, the evening grosbeak wanders widely, sometimes sweeping into southern provinces or erupting southward in winter eruptions. It favors stands of spruce, fir, and maple, places where seeds, buds, and berries are plenty, and the air rings with quiet northern winds. Stocky and unmistakable at just over 8 inches long, males wear golden cloaks with black and white wings, a blazing yellow eyebrow streak, and that enormous pale green conical bill, powerful enough to shatter cherry pits. Females and juveniles are more subdued in soft grays and olive tones, but their form is just as thick-set and sturdy. This bird is a seed assassin. Whether cracking sunflower husks or prying open samaras, its bill delivers crushing strength. Flocks gather at feeders or treetops, devouring seeds in bursts of chatter and wing beats. In summer, they turn to insects, especially spruce budworm, a forest pest they help control. Evening grosbeaks nest high in trees, concealed by thick foliage. The female builds a loose platform of twigs and rootlets, where she lays 2 to 5 eggs in the quiet green world above. When winter deepens and frost dusts the treetops, listen for the grosbeak's sharp metallic calls, notes that cut through the silence like flint on stone. Then look up. A golden shape may be watching, still as sculpture, before vanishing into the snow-draped canopy. Steller's jay, Cyanochaeta stellari. Blue fire flickers through the conifers, sharp, electric, impossible to ignore. The Steller's jay, Cyanochaeta stellari, arrives not quietly, but in bold declarations, both seen and heard. Named after Georg Wilhelm Steller, the German naturalist who first recorded it in Alaska in the 18th century, this jay wears the forest like armor and mischief like a crown. Widespread across the mountainous west of Canada, from British Columbia's coastal rainforests to the pine ridges of Alberta, Steller's jays are birds of the evergreens. They thrive where spruce, fir, and hemlock stand tall and dappled light dances through needled canopies. About 11.5 inches long, with a strong, upright crest and striking black and blue plumage, the Steller's jay looks dipped in midnight ink and cobalt flame. The head and upper body are sooty black, fading into radiant blues on the wings and tail, feathers that seem to carry the shimmer of storm clouds and mountain streams. But it's their voice, not just their colors, that makes them unforgettable. These jays mimic hawks, squeak like gates, or burst into scolding chatter with theatrical flair. Curious and fearless, they steal crumbs from campers, raid unattended picnics, and cache acorns with careful precision. Their diet is wide-ranging: insects, seeds, berries, small reptiles, and even nestlings. Steller's jays forage from canopy to forest floor, flipping leaves, probing bark, and occasionally descending with a swoop to snag what others miss. Hidden high in conifer limbs, they weave their nests from twigs, moss, and mud lined with pine needles. Both parents share the duty of feeding their chicks, delivering meals wrapped in vigilance. When you hear laughter echo through a misty cedar grove and catch a flash of deep blue vanishing between trees, the forest trickster has passed, leaving only mystery in its wake. Spruce Grouse, Falcipennis canadensis. The forest holds its breath as heavy silence settles between the trees. Then suddenly, a burst of wings from the forest floor, like the thud of a muffled drum. That's the calling card of the spruce grouse, Falcipennis canadensis, a bird so cryptic it's earned the nickname Fool Hen, for its near invisibility and strange calm in the face of danger. Its Latin name means Canadian sicklewing, a nod to its sweeping arc of flight and northern roots. Endemic to the boreal forests of Canada, the spruce grouse blends seamlessly into its surroundings. Found from Newfoundland and Labrador across to British Columbia and northward into the Yukon, it favors dense conifer stands, particularly black spruce, tamarack, and jack pine, where the forest floor is spongy with moss and shadowed by evergreen needles. Roughly 16 inches long and weighing about 1.5 pounds, males sport an elegant slate plumage barred with white, a dark tail edged in chestnut, and a fiery red eyebrow comb that ignites during courtship. Females wear earth-toned camouflage, perfectly matching lichen, bark, and leaf litter. Unlike other forest birds, spruce grouse rarely fly unless startled. They spend most of their lives on the ground, moving slowly and deliberately, feeding on spruce needles with a specialized digestive system that grows extra intestinal tissue in winter. During breeding season, males perform a dramatic wing clap display, leaping into the air and producing a loud, echoing snap. It's not just a show of strength. It's an ancient forest ritual played out in quiet glades. If you're lucky, you might spot one standing motionless among the roots, staring back without fear. In that moment, it's not just a bird, but the still heart of the boreal itself, pulsing gently beneath the trees. Harlequin Duck, Histrionicus histrionicus. Whitewater roars through mountain gorges, carving stone and spraying mist, and riding that chaos with grace and precision is one of Canada's most striking waterfowl. The Harlequin Duck, Histrionicus histrionicus, moves like a daredevil and dresses like a performer. Its name, rooted in Latin, nods to a theatrical past. Histrionicus, meaning actor, and no bird fits the bill more perfectly. Found along fast-flowing streams in British Columbia and parts of Atlantic Canada, this duck thrives where few others dare to land. It favors tumbling rivers and rocky coastlines, places filled with noise and movement, where whitecaps rise and crash over jagged boulders. These are not calm waters, but the harlequin embraces the storm. At just over 17 inches long, the male's plumage defies subtlety. Slate blue, boldly marked with crescents of white, chestnut flanks, and fine black lines that ripple like brushstrokes. The female is dusky brown with a soft white patch behind each eye, muted but no less adapted to her crashing world. This species dives headfirst into rapids, using its powerful legs and compact body to navigate underwater currents in search of aquatic insects, crustaceans, and small fish. Watching them disappear into swirling water and emerge calmly downstream is like witnessing choreography written by the river itself. Breeding pairs nest near mountain torrents, often hidden in crevices or under dense shrubs. The female incubates her clutch while the male vanishes into post-breeding solitude. Ducklings, hatched into the thunder of rushing streams, take to the water almost immediately. Catch a glimpse of one, and it may seem unreal, like a painted bird swept up by river foam. But it's real, and it's fearless. The Harlequin Duck is the spirit of wild water, feathered and alive. Bufflehead, Bucephala albeola. Sunlight ripples across a northern lake, and then, like a dropped pearl, a tiny duck surfaces, shimmering with iridescent green and violet. This is the bufflehead, Bucephala albeola, a name that blends ancient roots. Bucephala from Greek, meaning bull-headed, a nod to its oversized, rounded head, and albeola, meaning whitish, for the brilliant splash of snow white at its crown. Found across boreal wetlands and wooded ponds from Yukon to Newfoundland, the bufflehead favors places where forests meet water, especially where old woodpecker holes offer a ready-made home. Though among the smallest diving ducks in North America, just 13 inches long, they command attention with every flash of motion. The male is a marvel of compact design, black back, white chest, and a large white patch across the back of the head that gleams against a glossy, multicolored crown. In sunlight, the dark head ignites with metallic blues, emeralds, and purples, like oil on water. Females and juveniles wear more modest tones, grays, browns, and a discreet white cheek spot, but move with equal finesse. Buffleheads are born swimmers. They vanish below the surface in seconds, diving for aquatic insects, larvae, crustaceans, and seeds. Beneath the still water, they twist and glide with astonishing agility, propelled by rapid kicks and tucked wings. Nesting high in tree cavities, often abandoned flicker or sapsucker holes, the female lines the chamber with down and raises her brood in solitude. Within 2 days of hatching, the ducklings leap from the nest, tumbling through air to water below. Spotting one feels like catching a living spark, quick, bright, and vanishing just as suddenly. The bufflehead isn't just a duck, it's a flicker of northern light in motion, dancing where forest and water meet. Surf scotter, Melanita perspicillata. Waves break against a stony shoreline, tossing spray into the wind. Riding just beyond the surf like shadows trimmed in orange and ivory, drift the unmistakable silhouettes of surf scotters. Melanita perspicillata. Its scientific name means black duck with piercing sight, and its look is just as striking as its name suggests. Breeding in the boreal forest lakes and tundra ponds of central and western Canada, the surf scotter spends its summers in solitude, far from human view. But come autumn, flocks gather by the thousands along British Columbia's Pacific coast and the Atlantic bays of Quebec and Newfoundland, dancing on swells and plunging beneath crashing waves. Males wear a dramatic costume of jet black with vivid patches, a swollen multicolored bill streaked with orange, white, and red, a stark white patch on the nape, and another gleaming above the eyes. Their profile is bold, almost sculptural. Females are more reserved, clad in chocolate brown with pale cheeks and a subtler bill, yet perfectly adapted to their watery realm. Surf scotters are masters of underwater foraging. With powerful dives, they vanish beneath the surface to pry mollusks, crustaceans, and aquatic insects from rocky seabeds. Their bills crush clamshells with ease, turning turbulent coastlines into feeding grounds. Nest sites lie hidden inland, far from salt water. Females choose secluded ground near northern lakes, where they tuck their nests into grassy hummocks and line them with down. Once the ducklings hatch, they're quickly led to water, where independence begins almost immediately. When ocean fog rolls in and the sea turns steel gray, look to the surf. There, through the mist, a flash of orange bill or the glint of white eye mark may reveal them, silent mariners of Canada's rugged coasts. Black scotter, Melanita americana. Out on windswept waters where the sky meets the waves in shades of steel and ash, Dark forms bob and vanish beneath the surface. Among them drifts the black scotter, Melanita americana, a sea duck cloaked in mystery and power. Its name translates to black duck of the Americas, but in Canada's vast coastal wilds, it feels more like a shadow stitched into the fabric of the ocean. These ducks nest in the remote north, across the boreal zones of central Canada, from the tundra pools of Nunavut to the muskeg wetlands of Manitoba. After breeding, they migrate to saltwater shores, gathering in loose flocks off the coasts of British Columbia, the Maritimes and Newfoundland, where cold spray and crashing surf are constant companions. Males are unmistakable, coal-black plumage, velvet in texture, interrupted only by a swollen, knob-like bill glowing in orange and outlined in jet. It looks like an ember set in obsidian. Females, more cryptic in dusty browns and soft face markings, move through coastal swells with understated elegance. Beneath the waves, black scotters dive with force and precision, using their sturdy bodies to chase down mussels, clams, and marine invertebrates. With each plunge, they disappear into the sea's silence, then surface yards away like spirits reborn. Nesting far from sight, females tuck their eggs in shallow depressions lined with down. Solitary and secretive, they raise their brood in still northern waters where silence reigns and predators circle unseen. When the wind stiffens and the tide begins its turn, keep watch over the gray horizon. One by one, black forms drift into view, sea-bound travelers etched in shadow, carried by rhythm, tide, and instinct toward Canada's untamed coasts. Ringnecked duck, Aethia calaris. Ripples spread across a quiet lake, and from the reeds emerges a silhouette trimmed in charcoal and silver, elegant, poised, and unmistakably wild. This is the ringnecked duck, Aethia calaris, a name both descriptive and deceptive. Though named for a subtle chestnut ring circling the neck, it's the bird's bold head and piercing golden eyes that first draw attention. Widespread across Canada's freshwater wetlands, from British Columbia's mountain lakes to the boggy pools of Nova Scotia, these diving ducks favor still water with dense vegetation. They thrive in beaver ponds, boreal sloughs, and shallow bays, anywhere the margins between open water and reedy cover blur. Males wear a tailored look, black back and head with a soft iridescent sheen, slate-gray flanks, and a clean white shoulder slash. Their bill, rimmed in black and white, gleams like polished stone. Females are cloaked in warm browns with a subtle white eye-ring and a more delicate bill, understated yet striking in their own right. Underwater, ring-necked ducks are agile foragers. They dive in sudden fluid arcs, using strong legs and webbed feet to probe the muddy bottom for snails, seeds, aquatic plants, and insect larvae. Between dives, they surface quietly, alert, surveying, ready to vanish again. Nesting often on floating mats of vegetation or tucked into grassy hummocks, the female lays up to a dozen eggs. She alone incubates, hidden by cattails, while the male departs for distant molting grounds. And then, just as suddenly as it arrived, it slips beneath the surface, leaving only a ring of stillness behind. No splash, no sound, just the lingering question, was it ever really there? Blackcapped Chickadee, Pocile atricapillus. Snow clings to pine needles in a frozen forest, but somewhere amid the stillness, a tiny voice rings out, bright, deliberate, and full of warmth. That sound, both playful and alert, belongs to one of Canada's most beloved birds, the black-capped chickadee. Its scientific name, Pocile atricapillus, loosely translates to black-haired little companion, a fitting title for this fearless woodland sprite. Found from the rocky coasts of Nova Scotia to the shadowed spruce stands of the Yukon, the chickadee braves winters that drive others south. It favors mixed and deciduous forests, often near human homes, where it flits through branches like a breeze made visible. Just 5 inches long and weighing barely half an ounce, the chickadee is easily recognized by its namesake black cap and bib, soft white cheeks, and buffy flanks. Its round body, oversized head, and expressive movements give it a charming, toy-like appearance, but don't let the cuteness fool you. This bird is clever, resilient, and astonishingly adaptable. Its diet shifts with the seasons: insects and caterpillars in summer, seeds, berries, and even hibernating spiders in winter. It stashes food in bark crevices and remembers thousands of hiding spots, thanks to a brain that literally grows in autumn to boost memory. During nesting season, pairs excavate cavities in rotten wood or take over abandoned woodpecker holes. The female builds a cozy, insulated cup of moss, hair, and feathers, where she incubates 6 to 8 eggs in soft seclusion. Sometimes, when the world falls silent under snow, a single chickadee will break the hush, not with a flash of color, but with a song that rises like hope from the hush of the frozen woods, calling life back into the trees. Redbreasted Nuthatch, Sitta canadensis. The bark cracks gently beneath tiny claws as a feathered flame darts headfirst down a spruce trunk, upside down, unbothered, completely in control. That flash of color and agility belongs to the red-breasted nuthatch, Sitta canadensis, a name that ties it to the coniferous heart of the north. Sitta, from Greek, means nuthacker, a tribute to its feeding style, and canadensis marks its deep roots in Canada's boreal woodlands. From the dense fir forests of British Columbia to the tamarack bogs of Newfoundland, this small bird thrives where evergreen needles crowd the sky. It's a creature of vertical spaces, of trunks, cones, and the unseen insect worlds beneath bark. Measuring just 4.5 inches long, it wears a bold outfit for its size: slate blue above, with a warm cinnamon breast, a crisp black eye stripe, and a needle-sharp bill that never rests. Its movements are rapid, angular, and deliberate, more like a squirrel than a songbird. Its voice is unmistakable, a nasal toy trumpet yank-yank call that echoes through the canopy like a miniature foghorn. It sounds comical, but serves as both warning and contact, proof that the forest, though still, is never truly silent. Nuthatches feed on insect larvae, spiders, seeds, and sweet, prying them from bark crevices with surgical precision. They cache food like treasure, wedging sunflower seeds into tree cracks and returning days later with uncanny memory. Nesting begins with a rare trait. They excavate their own cavity, lining the entrance with sticky tree resin, a natural predator repellent. Inside, the female raises her brood in a chamber hidden deep within wood. Catch one mid-descent, head pointed toward the forest floor, and it feels like gravity has lost meaning. For the red-breasted nuthatch, the forest is not just home. It's a playground turned upside down. Mountain bluebird, Sialia corocoides. Sky seems to have taken flight over the foothills, gliding, gleaming, impossibly blue. The mountain bluebird drifts through open country like a feathered wisp of sky. Its name, Sialia corocoides, nods to its thrush ancestry, though no other bird wears blue quite like this. Found across western Canada, from Alberta's rolling prairies to the high meadows of British Columbia and the Yukon, it favors wide-open spaces, grasslands, fence lines, and burned forests where insects gather and trees stand sparse but purposeful. Males shimmer in vivid turquoise from head to tail, with powder blue underparts that glow in sunlight. Females are more modest in grayish-blue tones, built for camouflage but equally sleek and elegant. Just 7 inches long, they're light-boned and seemingly born of air. Bluebirds feed in graceful bursts, hovering just above the ground before dropping down on grasshoppers, beetles, and caterpillars. Each movement is quiet and clean, a dance of wings over windswept earth. Though comfortable in the open, they depend on tree cavities for breeding. The female builds a grassy nest in an abandoned woodpecker hole or nest box, where she lays up to 8 pale blue eggs, so delicate they seem painted by the sky itself. Courtship is gentle, soft trills, fluttering displays, and food offerings. Once chicks fledge, family groups sweep over hills together, stitching across the horizon in loose formation. And when one lifts into the air, weightless and glowing above a sea of golden grass, the world seems briefly transformed. It's as if a piece of the sky has remembered how to fly, and it carries the light of the land with it, wherever it goes. Western bluebird, Sialia mexicana. As sunlight spills across the forest edge, a flicker of cobalt and rust cuts through the air like a brushstroke on a living canvas. Perched quietly on a low branch, the western bluebird surveys the open ground below. Its name, Sialia mexicana, reflects both its radiant hues and its southwestern range, but it finds a northern home in southern British Columbia. These birds prefer edge habitats, open pine woodlands, sunlit meadows, and the transitional spaces where grassland blends into forest. They thrive in mosaic landscapes, those with scattered snags, low perches, and plenty of open ground to forage. Males wear vivid royal blue across the crown, wings, and back, with a burnt orange chest that softens into gray underparts. Females share the same pattern in gentler tones, with dusty blues and rusty browns blending into soft gray. At just 7 inches long, they bring brilliance without ostentation. Bluebirds feed from the ground up. Perched low, they watch for movement, then flutter down in short, precise dives to snap up beetles, crickets, and caterpillars. In colder months, they turn to berries, joining small flocks to forage communally. Nesting begins with a search for tree cavities, often abandoned woodpecker holes or nest boxes. The female builds a loose nest of grasses and lays up to 7 pale blue eggs, which she incubates while the male guards nearby. Both parents feed the chicks once hatched, and fledglings are soon seen fluttering clumsily after their parents through the tall grass, learning the art of foraging. And when the morning fog lifts and a pair of bluebirds drifts into view, wings catching golden shadow, the forest seems newly awake, as if painted that moment in tones of sky, rust, and quiet joy. Northern hawk owl, Surnia ulula. Still as stone atop a larch, the northern hawk owl fixes its gaze on the snow-draped world below. With piercing yellow eyes and a stare that seems to cut through wind and silence alike, this bird blends the silhouette of a hawk with the soul of an owl. Its name, both common and scientific, Surnia ulula, speaks to that dual nature. Surnia, from Latin for hawk-like, and ulula, echoing the ancient word for owl. It roams the boreal forests of Canada, across Yukon, Manitoba, Ontario, and the rugged interior of British Columbia, favoring open conifer stands, bogs, and burned-over landscapes where visibility is high and prey has fewer places to hide. Measuring about 16 inches in length, with long tapered wings and an extended tail, it is one of the few owls shaped for speed and endurance. Its plumage is mottled brown and white, with dark barring across the chest and back, snow shadow camouflage for the northern woods. Unlike most owls, it hunts by day. From a high perch, it scans with hawk-like vision, then launches in a swift glide, taking voles, shrews, and even small birds with sudden, ruthless precision. Its flight is fast and direct, an arrow loosed from the trees. Nesting begins early, sometimes while snow still covers the ground. Pairs choose old woodpecker cavities or broken tree stumps. The female lays up to 9 eggs, guarded fiercely while the male delivers food in silence. Dawn spills its first light across the frozen forest. Perched high in a bare spruce, the northern hawk owl doesn't stir. It is already watching, still, unshaken, utterly present. In that pale hush, the world seems suspended. Nothing moves, yet everything is seen. Beneath its steady gaze, the boreal wilderness feels less like a place and more like a breath held between moments, silent, vast, and intensely alive. Pine grosbeak, Pinicola enucleator. Color glows against snow-draped evergreens like a berry dropped from fire, soft, crimson, and radiant. That flash of rose belongs to the pine grosbeak, Pinicola enucleator, a bird whose name means pine dweller and seed remover, titles that reflect both its home and its gentle way of life. These large finches are found across the boreal forests of Canada, from the coniferous expanses of Yukon and Alberta to the quiet woodlands of Newfoundland. They favor spruce bogs and subalpine fir stands, often appearing like ornaments scattered among snow-laden boughs. Males wear a wash of raspberry red across the head, chest, and back, contrasting with charcoal wings marked by neat white bars. Females exchange red for golden olive, equally luminous in the low winter sun. Both are plump-bodied and thick-billed, reaching about 9 inches in length, moving with a calm, almost meditative air. Their diet centers on buds, berries, and seeds, mountain ash, elder, and spruce cones. Unlike many songbirds, pine grosbeaks feed slowly and deliberately, often allowing a close approach as they pluck fruit with quiet precision, swallowing the pulp and discarding the skins. Breeding high in the north, they nest late in spring. The female builds a deep twiggy cup in a conifer's outer branches, lined with lichens and hair. She lays 2 to 5 pale blue eggs, incubating while the male brings food in soft, low calls. Pairs are often inseparable, moving together through branches in synchronized stillness. Their calls are gentle whistles, clear, hollow notes that drift through the trees like breath on glass. In winter silence, when color is rare and motion rarefied, the pine grosbeak appears not to disturb the cold, but to warm it from within, one berry-bright pulse at a time. Northern flicker, Colaptes auratus. Golden light flashes between trees as something darts low across the forest floor. Its flight more erratic than elegant, its colors glowing like fallen autumn leaves. This is the northern flicker, Colaptes auratus, a woodpecker unlike any other. Its name means golden chisel, a tribute to both its coloration and its specialized craft. Across Canada, from the damp woods of British Columbia to the open groves of Nova Scotia, this species carves out a niche all its own. It favors forest edges, meadows with scattered trees, and even city parks, where it can forage freely among ants and beetles hidden in the soil. Northern flickers are among the largest of Canadian woodpeckers, measuring up to 12.5 inches long. Their plumage is an earthy canvas, soft brown with black bars and crescent markings, a bold black bib, and flashes of color in the wings and tail, golden yellow in the eastern populations, fiery red in the western. Most surprising of all, flickers feed largely on the ground. Using their curved bills and barbed tongues, they probe into ant hills and rotting logs, lapping up insects with a flicker's characteristic vigor. Their hammering is quieter than their cousins, but their purpose just as focused. Come spring, pairs excavate nest holes in dead trees or old fence posts. The female lays 5 to 8 glossy white eggs, while both parents take turns brooding and feeding the hungry young with regurgitated meals of ants and larvae. Their call is wild and laughing, clear, clear, echoing through woodlands like a challenge. When they rise into flight, wings pulsing gold and body arcing like a thrown leaf, the flicker becomes a brushstroke of movement, scattered sunlight painted across the trees. Canada jay, Parasoreus canadensis. Mist curls through the spruce trees as a soft shape flits silently between branches. A pale face, dark crown, and gray wings blending seamlessly into the northern stillness. This is the Canada jay, Parasoreus canadensis, a bird known not for brilliance of color, but for its intelligence, boldness, and almost mythical presence in the boreal wilds. Ranging from the deep forests of Newfoundland to the mountainous interiors of British Columbia and up into the Yukon, the Canada jay inhabits remote, cold environments others shy away from. It prefers dense coniferous stands, spruce, pine, fir, where it moves with quiet confidence beneath snow-heavy boughs. Medium-sized and fluff-feathered, it measures around 11 inches in length. Plumage is a soft blend of grays and whites, designed for camouflage in snowy surroundings. Unlike its loud, brash blue cousins, this jay wears its cleverness in quiet tones, and yet it is no less curious, no less bold. Food is gathered year-round and stored in hundreds of hidden caches. Using sticky saliva, the Canada jay glues berries, insects, and scraps into bark crevices, remembering each spot with astonishing accuracy. It survives harsh winters not by fleeing, but by planning. Nesting begins remarkably early, often in late winter. Pairs construct a bulky nest of twigs and moss, insulated with feathers and fur. Snow may still blanket the forest floor as the female incubates, her mate delivering food across a landscape muffled in white. Among loggers and trappers, it's long been called the whiskey jack, a trickster spirit, a companion in solitude. It may land uninvited on your hand or backpack, eyeing your trail mix with shameless cunning. In the hush of the northern forest, the Canada jay doesn't ask to be seen. It arrives like a whisper and stays like a memory. Canada Warbler, Cardellina canadensis. From the shadows beneath dripping leaves, a flash of yellow darts through the understory, crowned with charcoal and cloaked in gold. The Canada Warbler, Cardellina canadensis, carries the country's name like a banner, yet remains one of its most elusive songbirds, fleeting, bright, and fiercely alive. Breeding across southern boreal Canada, from Nova Scotia through Ontario, Manitoba, and into parts of British Columbia, this warbler thrives in dense, damp forests with thick ground cover and tangled branches. It favors places others avoid, the thickets, the edges, the mossy dim beneath the canopy. Slender and sprightly, it measures about 5 inches long. Males wear a striking necklace of black streaks over a brilliant yellow breast, set against a soft gray back and bold white eye rings that give a wide-eyed, alert expression. Females are similar but subtler, their plumage muted like dusk after rain. Unlike canopy dwellers, the Canada Warbler hunts low, flitting through shrubs and saplings with boundless energy. It snaps up insects mid-air, gleans spiders from leaves, and moves with such rapidity that it often vanishes between one heartbeat and the next. During courtship, males sing a rapid, tumbling song from within the thicket, never quite revealing themselves, always half in shadow. Pairs nest on or near the ground, concealed in ferns or roots. The female weaves a cup from grasses and moss, where she lays 4 to 5 speckled eggs. Each autumn, they vanish on a long, silent migration to the Andes of South America, crossing continents in near invisibility. To glimpse a Canada Warbler is to catch light in motion, ephemeral, golden, and gone in a blink. It is the sound of water in the woods, the shimmer of a secret kept by leaves. Blackburnian Warbler, Setophaga fusca. High in the forest canopy, where sunbeams filter through trembling spruce, a spark of fire flits among the needles, glowing orange, black, and gold. That ember in motion is the Blackburnian Warbler, Setophaga fusca, a jewel of the treetops, whose flaming throat seems lit from within. This dazzling warbler breeds in the mixed and coniferous forests of eastern and central Canada, from the Maritimes to southern Manitoba. It favors tall, mature trees, especially spruce and hemlock, where it sings and forages near the uppermost branches, rarely descending to the forest floor. Males in breeding plumage are unmistakable. Their throats blaze with deep orange that fades to yellow at the breast, bordered by bold black on the face and wings, with clean white belly and wing bars. Females and juveniles wear softer versions, but the signature pattern remains. At just 5 inches long, they carry astonishing brilliance in a tiny frame. Insects form the core of their diet. Moths, caterpillars, beetles, and spiders, all plucked delicately from leaves and twigs. Agile and alert, they flit and hover in short bursts, gleaning prey in silence just beneath the canopy. Their song, a high, thin series of ascending notes, is ethereal and almost questioning. Males sing from lofty perches, their voices drifting down through branches like wisps of smoke from an unseen fire. Nests are tucked into horizontal branches high in conifers. The female weaves a tidy cup from grasses, bark, and hair, raising 4 to 5 nestlings in the hush of early summer. To see one is to glimpse flame against green, a flicker of light where only shadow should be. The Blackburnian Warbler does not ask for attention, it ignites it, then disappears into the leaves above. Hoary Redpoll, Acanthis hornemani. Frost drapes the Arctic tundra like a veil, and from the silence rises a flicker of pale wings, faintly pink, dusted with snow, nearly vanishing against the light. That glimmer is the Hoary Redpoll, Acanthis hornemani, a master of winter's disguise and one of the northernmost breeding songbirds on Earth. This tiny finch makes its home across Canada's far north, from the barren isles of Nunavut to the scrub-lined edges of the boreal forest. It favors treeless, wind-scoured tundra, where dwarf willows creep close to the ground, and survival means knowing how to vanish into stillness. At just under 5.5 inches long, the Hoary Redpoll is smaller than a sparrow, yet wrapped in snow-toned resilience. Its plumage is pale gray and white, washed with pink across the chest, and topped with a crimson crown that glows like a spark on ice. Compared to its cousin, the common redpoll, it appears softer, paler, and more ethereal. To fuel its tiny engine, it feeds constantly, plucking seeds from birch catkins, alder cones, and wind-blown grasses. In the coldest months, it roosts in snow burrows, conserving heat in tunnels beneath the surface. Nesting begins with the Arctic thaw. The female builds a thick hidden cup in low shrubs, lining it with feathers and fur. While she broods, the male brings food, darting silently over snowmelt pools. Their calls are faint, metallic twitters that drift on endless wind, soft as falling frost. Flocks rise and settle with hardly a sound, like shadows shaped by light. They don't challenge winter. They become part of it, woven into snowdrifts, carried on wind, and written into the tundra's breath. Lapland Longspur, Calcareus laponicus. Wind rushes low across Arctic tundra, stirring lichens and dry grasses, and from that quiet motion rises a flick of wings, earth-toned, brisk, and glowing with copper and black. This is the Lapland Longspur, Calcareus laponicus, a ground-dwelling traveler whose name honors the Sami homeland and its elongated hind claw, used to grip frozen soil. Breeding in the high latitudes of Canada, from the northern Yukon to Baffin Island, this sparrow-like songbird thrives in vast treeless landscapes where color is scarce and sound carries for miles. It favors mossy hummocks, rocky slopes, and windswept plains sculpted by ice and sun. In summer, males don their boldest attire, a velvety black face and chest, chestnut nape, and crisp white underparts, all sharply bordered. Females and non-breeding birds wear streaked brown camouflage, subtle yet still elegant. At just over 6 inches long, their form is delicate, built for movement and endurance. Longspurs forage almost exclusively on the ground. With rapid, hopping strides, they pick seeds, grass stems, and insects from open soil. During migration and winter, Flocks swell to hundreds, sweeping across stubble fields and prairies in rhythmic pulses, never still for long. Nesting begins with the spring melt. The female carves a shallow cup into the tundra, lining it with feathers, moss, and grass. She broods while the male stands sentry nearby, singing a high, sweet trill that spirals upward like a thread of sky. Their song is brief, their stay even shorter, but for a few wild weeks, they turn the tundra into song and flicker, movement and life. By the time the light begins its slow retreat, they are already gone, leaving behind only footprints in the moss and a melody the wind won't quite forget. Snow bunting, Plectrophaenax nivalis. Snow swirls across the Arctic plain, and just as the wind stills, the ground lifts, transformed into flight by a flock of snow buntings. Plectrophaenax nivalis, the snowflake bird, seems less like a creature of feathers than a spirit of winter itself, drifting between sky and earth in flickers of white and shadow. These birds breed in the high Arctic across Canada, Nunavut, the Northwest Territories, the northern fringes of Quebec, favoring rocky tundra ridges and frost-bleached slopes. They arrive as the ice breaks and leave before the long night returns, tightly bound to the rhythms of sun and snow. In summer plumage, males are radiant, crisp white with black wingtips and back, glowing like light carved from ice. Females are similarly elegant, but tinged with buff and brown for camouflage. At just over 6 inches long, their small bodies carry the strength of travelers who cross continents to reach this austere cradle. Foraging low to the ground, they glean seeds and insects from gravel and sparse vegetation. Agile and coordinated, they move in flocks that rise and settle like wind-blown drifts. In winter, they spread southward across open farmland, where stubble fields mimic their tundra home. Nests are hidden in rock crevices and lined with down, feathers, and moss. The female incubates alone, while the male brings food and guards the nest, alert to every movement on the barren horizon. Their calls are soft, bell-like notes, light and musical, rising above the howl of wind and sea. Even in the harshest conditions, their presence brings warmth and motion. When they rise together into the dim Arctic light, it feels like winter exhaling. The snow bunting doesn't just survive the cold, it becomes its dance, fleeting, wild, and impossibly bright. Yukon ruffed grouse, Bonassa umbellus. Frosted leaves crackle under spruce as a shape blends into the forest floor, mottled, rounded, and almost invisible. Then comes the sound, a low, rhythmic drumming that pulses through the woods like a distant heartbeat. This is the Yukon ruffed grouse, a subspecies of Bonassa umbellus, perfectly adapted to the cold hush of Canada's northern forests. From the river valleys of the Yukon to the wooded slopes of British Columbia, this elusive bird favors dense aspen stands, willow thickets, and moss-draped understory. It seeks the shelter of tangled roots and snow-covered logs, where it can vanish into the landscape like a living shadow. Its plumage is a work of camouflage, earthy browns, ash-gray streaks, and finely barred flanks. Around the neck, a collar of dark rough feathers flares when displaying. The male's broad tail fans into a dramatic arc, marked with a bold black band that flashes during courtship. Despite its chicken-like build, about 17 inches long, it moves with surprising speed and stealth. It feeds on birch and willow buds through the frozen months, switching to berries, leaves, and insects once spring unlocks the forest. Courtship begins not with a call, but a sound, a non-vocal drumming produced by rapid wing beats. It begins softly, then builds in volume and tempo, a sonic ripple that travels like thunder through trees, drawing females toward the source. Nestled at the base of a tree or hidden beneath brush, the female lays her clutch and raises the chicks alone. Her quiet clucks guide them through ferns and saplings, teaching them how to fade into the world. She does not need brilliance or song. In a forest ruled by silence and snow, presence alone is power. And the Yukon ruffed grouse remains, quiet but unwavering, a steady pulse within the northern wild. Great horned owl, Bubo virginianus. Moonlight bathes the treetops in silver, and beneath it, something ancient stirs. Two golden eyes open, round as coins, locked in unblinking stillness. This is the great horned owl, Bubo virginianus, a silent hunter etched into the very soul of the Canadian wilderness. Found from the temperate rainforests of British Columbia to the tundra's edge in the north, it is one of Canada's most widespread and adaptable raptors. Forests, grasslands, swamps, city parks, no landscape lies beyond its grasp. Its adaptability is legend, rivaled only by its patience. With a wingspan stretching nearly 5 feet and a body cloaked in mottled browns and grays, the owl blends effortlessly into bark and shadow. The iconic horns are not ears but tufts, raised in alarm or flattened in stealth. Beneath its fierce stare lies a predator shaped by time. This nocturnal master uses broad wings and fringed feathers to slice through air without sound. It glides over snow-laced clearings, zeroing in on mice beneath the frost. Even the slightest rustle, a heartbeat in the grass, is enough to trigger a strike from above. Diet includes rabbits, skunks, and birds as large as geese. Once locked in its talons, few prey escape. Its call, deep, resonant hoots, echoes across lakes and ridges, claiming dominion long before the hunt begins. Pairs bond for life, nesting early in winter. They often reuse abandoned hawk or raven nests, raising 2 to 3 owlets under the stars, sheltered by pine and cedar. In the hush of night, the great horned owl reigns not through flash or color, but through silence, precision, and presence. An ancient sentinel that watches as the forest dreams. Across Canada's vast and wild landscapes, from tundra to rainforest, each bird we've seen carries more than beauty. They are voices of snow and wind, guardians of forests, symbols of a wilderness still alive. From the piercing stare of the snowy owl to the flash of blue in a mountain bluebird's wings, these are moments that stay with us. Thank you for joining BBTV Official on this flight through Canada's avian heart. If a call, a color, or a wing beat moved you, like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which bird stole your breath away. Until next time, may the quiet wildness of Canada's skies follow you, wherever you roam. Mexico. A land of blazing sun and ancient shadows, where deserts bloom with cactus flowers, volcanoes rise above pine forests, and tropical jungles pulse with the rhythm of life. From the high peaks of the Sierra Madre to the limestone cenotes of the Yucatan, to the mist-draped cloud forests of Chiapas, Mexico is a mosaic of ecosystems and a sanctuary for birds both bold and breathtaking. Here, the skies flash with the crimson spark of the Vermilion Flycatcher. Emerald toucanets glide like jade spirits through the trees. And deep in the underbrush, the Ocellated Turkey struts like living legend. In this video from BBTV Official, we journey through the wild and wondrous corners of Mexico to meet 32 of the most beautiful birds ever to grace its skies, forests, deserts, and dreams. So if you love exploring nature's marvels as much as we do, Make sure to subscribe and join us for more incredible wildlife adventures. White-throated MagpieJay, Calosita formosa. What bird looks like it was sketched by an artist with a flair for the dramatic? Meet the white-throated MagpieJay, a name as elegant as its sweeping tail and electric blue plumage. The species name Formosa literally means beautiful in Latin, and few birds live up to that title so perfectly. Native to the Pacific lowlands of Mexico and Central America, this bird thrives in dry tropical forests, thorny scrub, and even human-altered landscapes. You'll often spot it along forest edges or perched confidently on roadside wires, as if posing for admiration. Stretching nearly 20 inches long, including its extravagant tail, the MagpieJay is a vision of contrast. Brilliant cobalt wings, a snowy white throat and chest, and a bold black crest that curls like a feathered question mark above its head. But what truly sets this bird apart isn't just its looks, it's the attitude. These jays are bold, noisy, and unafraid. They live in tight family groups where cooperation is key. Younger siblings help raise the chicks, while the whole clan works together to defend territory and find food. They're omnivores, feeding on fruits, seeds, insects, and even the occasional lizard or bird egg. You'll often hear their harsh calls echoing through the treetops before you ever see them. Breeding season starts around March, with nests built high in thorny trees. Only one female lays eggs, but several helpers pitch in to feed and guard the young, an impressive example of avian teamwork. With its vivid colors, sociable nature, and rebellious crest, the white-throated MagpieJay isn't just one of Mexico's most beautiful birds. It's one of its boldest characters, strutting across branches like a feathered aristocrat who knows exactly how fabulous it looks. Great Chickadee, Pitangus sulphuratus. Say its name out loud, Chickadee. That's not just the bird's call, it's how it got its name. The Great Chickadee announces itself with a voice as bold as its colors, and in the forests and towns of Mexico, you'll hear it before you see it. The name sulphuratus comes from the Latin for sulphur-colored, a tribute to its vibrant yellow belly. Found across a wide range from southern Texas through Mexico and deep into South America, this adaptable bird thrives in open woodlands, urban parks, riversides, and backyard gardens alike. Roughly 9 to 10 inches in length, the Great Chickadee sports a brilliant combination of colors. It has a lemon-yellow chest, warm cinnamon wings, a black and white headband like a masked wrestler, and a hidden crown of orange that it flashes in moments of excitement. But what makes the Chickadee unforgettable is its fearless personality. It's one of the few songbirds that will aggressively chase away hawks, snakes, and even monkeys. This boldness, paired with its ear-splitting call, makes it one of the loudest small birds in Mexico. Its diet is as bold as its attitude. Insects, berries, frogs, and even small fish snatched from the water's surface. Chickadees are opportunists and aren't picky when it comes to mealtime. During breeding season, both parents build a large domed nest with a side entrance, usually hidden among branches or even near buildings. They're fiercely protective, swooping at intruders without hesitation. With its sunny colors, brash voice, and sky-high confidence, the Great Chickadee is less of a background bird and more of a full-on performer, a feathered firecracker lighting up the Mexican landscape. Spot-breasted Oriole, Icterus pectoralis. If you caught a flash of fire weaving through the trees, it might have been the spot-breasted Oriole, a bird that wears orange like it owns the sunrise. Its scientific name, Icterus pectoralis, points to the spots on its chest, but everything else about this oriole says bold and brilliant. Native to Mexico's Pacific lowlands and Yucatan Peninsula, this bird thrives in subtropical forests, plantations, and even urban gardens. It prefers open woodland edges where the light hits just right. perfect for showing off that glowing plumage. Measuring about 8.5 inches in length, this oriole is a masterclass in contrast. A flaming orange body, jet black throat and face, and those signature black spots splashed across its upper chest. Its wings are trimmed with white, like the final stroke on a painter's masterpiece. What truly sets the spot-breasted oriole apart is its musicality. It sings rich, whistled notes, slow, thoughtful phrases that float through the morning air like warm sunlight. And unlike many birds, both males and females sing, often in duet. Its diet is a sweet mix: nectar from tropical flowers, juicy fruits like figs and bananas, and the occasional insect for protein. It's a regular visitor to hummingbird feeders and flowering trees, often feeding upside down like an acrobat. When nesting season arrives, the female weaves a hanging basket-like nest from plant fibers and grasses. It dangles from the tips of tree branches, hidden from predators, yet swaying in the breeze like a cradle in the sky. With its blazing color, soulful voice, and freckled chest, the spot-breasted oriole isn't just beautiful. It's unforgettable, like a flame dancing through the canopy. Bluegray Tanager, Thraupis episcopus. Some birds dazzle with fiery reds or dazzling yellows, but the Bluegray Tanager takes a softer route, cloaked in cool serenity. Its name, episcopus, meaning bishop in Latin, was inspired by its dignified blue robe, a shade that seems borrowed from the early morning sky. This gentle beauty is widely distributed across tropical Mexico and Central America, where it graces forest edges, gardens, plantations, and even city parks. You'll often find it perched in pairs, calmly surveying the canopy, always just out of reach of direct attention. It measures around 6.5 to 7 inches long, with a body that blends powdery blue, gray, and hints of turquoise. The wings and tail often carry a brighter electric blue hue, shimmering in sunlight like reflections on water. What makes this tanager truly special isn't just its appearance, it's the calm presence it brings to its environment. While other birds sing boldly or flaunt acrobatic moves, the Bluegray Tanager prefers a more peaceful elegance. Its voice is soft and squeaky, almost like quiet chatter between old friends. This bird feeds mostly on fruits, papaya, bananas, berries, making it a frequent visitor to backyard feeders. It also takes small insects and nectar, often seen hopping through branches with gentle curiosity rather than haste. When breeding, they build cup-shaped nests from moss, grass, and twigs, often tucked in thick foliage. Both parents share the duties of incubation and feeding, raising 2 to 3 chicks at a time. With its soft colors, unhurried grace, and quiet charm, the Bluegray Tanager reminds us that beauty doesn't always need to shout. Sometimes it just quietly glows like the sky before sunrise. Vermilion Flycatcher, Pyrocephalus rubinus. Imagine a burning coal with wings. That's the Vermilion Flycatcher, a bird so vividly red it looks like a spark torn from the heart of a flame. Its name, Pyrocephalus rubinus, says it all. Fire-headed ruby. This dazzling little bird can be found across open woodlands, farmlands, deserts, and parks throughout Mexico. It prefers semi-arid regions with scattered trees and fence lines, where it has plenty of open space to hunt from exposed perches. Measuring just 5 to 5.5 inches long, it's small in size but impossible to ignore. The male wears a stunning outfit of brilliant scarlet red from crown to belly, framed by dark brown wings and tail. Females are more subtle, grayish above, with a peachy wash on the underside, but no less elegant. What truly sets the Vermilion Flycatcher apart is its glowing color and acrobatic style. It hunts insects mid-air with mid-air flips and darting dives, launching from its perch like a tiny missile. Watching it in action is like watching a firework in slow motion. Its diet is almost entirely insect-based. Flies, beetles, moths, all snapped up in midair with impressive precision. It returns to the same perch again and again, like a patient hunter with perfect aim. When breeding season comes, the female builds a small cup-shaped nest on a tree branch or fence post. She lays 2 to 4 eggs, and both parents help raise the young. Blazing red, lightning fast, and full of attitude, the Vermilion Flycatcher is one of Mexico's brightest living jewels, a flying ember that turns even the driest landscape into a stage for beauty. Rufusnaped Wren, Campylorhynchus rufinuca. With a splash of rust on its neck and a song that ripples through dry scrublands, the Rufusnaped Wren is both a builder and a performer. Its name rufinuca refers to that signature reddish nape, a warm accent on a bird designed for Mexico's rugged beauty. This wren is native to the Pacific slopes of Mexico and Central America, particularly in dry forests, thorn scrub, and agricultural areas. It thrives near human settlements, nesting in cacti, trees, and even telephone poles. It's a medium-sized wren, about 7.5 to 8 inches long, making it one of the larger members of its family. Its plumage is striking. A bold white eyebrow streaks across its face, the back is mottled brown and black, and the underparts are pale, giving contrast to the rich rufous patch at the nape. But what makes this wren truly unforgettable is its architecture. Rufus-naped wrens are cooperative nesters. They live in family groups and build massive enclosed stick nests with side entrances, often clustered in tree colonies like a miniature apartment complex. Their diet includes insects, spiders, fruit, and nectar. They forage both on the ground and in trees, using their curved bills to probe bark and leaves. Breeding pairs may raise multiple broods per season, often with help from older offspring. The communal nature of their nesting makes them social birds, constantly chattering and defending their turf together. With their expressive songs, bold markings, and engineering flair, Rufus-naped wrens are more than background birds. They're builders of their own world, threading melody and teamwork through the thorns of Mexico's wildlands. Brown jay, Silurhinus moreo. Big, bold, and impossible to ignore, the brown jay is a bird that doesn't blend in. It broadcasts its presence with gusto. The name moreo comes from Latin, meaning dark-colored, fitting for a bird cloaked in deep chocolate brown and crisp white. This jay is found across eastern and southern Mexico, especially in tropical lowland forests, thickets, and forest edges. It's just as comfortable near villages and farmlands, where it watches everything from the treetops like a neighborhood scout. At around 15 inches in length, the brown jay is one of the largest members of the jay family. Adults are dark brown above, with a white belly and tail tips. Their heavy black bills and strong legs give them a sturdy, confident look. And they act the part too. What makes this bird stand out isn't just its size or color. It's the voice. Brown jays are loud, expressive, and full of personality. They call in harsh squawks, whistles, and rattles, often vocalizing in groups like a forest alarm system gone wild. Their diet is highly flexible: insects, fruits, seeds, lizards, and even the occasional nestling. They forage together, often noisily, in family bands that move like a rowdy gang through the trees. With their booming voices, commanding presence, and tight social bonds, brown jays aren't just forest dwellers. They're its watchmen, its messengers, and its unshakable voice echoing through the canopy. Blackchested Jay, Cyanocorax affinis. Some birds blend into the canopy, others demand attention. The Blackchested Jay does both. With a bold mask and a voice that cuts through the trees, it's part mystery, part mischief. The name affinis means related, a nod to its connection with other jays. But this one plays by its own rules. Found in the tropical forests of southern Mexico, especially near the Chiapas region, this jay favors forest edges, second growth areas, and even coffee plantations. It adapts well to human-altered landscapes, often moving in small, noisy groups. Measuring around 12 inches long, the Blackchested Jay is a showstopper. It wears a deep violet-blue cloak with a crisp white belly and a black hood that stretches from its crested head down to its chest, like a feathered mask. The yellow eye ring gives it an intense, almost theatrical gaze. What makes it unforgettable is that combination of color and charisma. This jay is clever, social, and loud. Its calls range from harsh squawks to musical whistles, and it's not shy about voicing its opinion, especially when moving through the trees in tight-knit family groups. It feeds on a varied diet of fruits, seeds, insects, and sometimes small vertebrates. Opportunistic and bold, it raids trees and follows army ants to pick off fleeing prey, smart and strategic. With its masked face, fierce eyes, and boisterous nature, the Blackchested Jay isn't just beautiful, it's a jungle icon with attitude and style. House Wren, Troglodytes Eden. It may be small and plain at first glance, but don't underestimate the house wren, a bird whose personality is 10 times its size. Its name Troglodytes means cave dweller, a nod to its love for nesting in cozy crevices, from tree holes to tin cans. In Mexico, this adaptable bird can be found just about everywhere, from mountain forests to backyard gardens, city parks, and open farmland. It's a master of survival, thriving in natural and urban settings alike. Only about 4.5 inches long, the house wren is compact, with warm brown upperparts, a pale grayish belly, and fine barring on its wings and tail. A faint eyebrow line gives it a curious, always alert expression, but its looks are only half the story. What makes this little bird unforgettable is its song. Males sing long, bubbling trills packed with energy and joy, often repeating the performance zens of times in a day. The house wren's voice is one of the most cheerful sounds in the Mexican morning air. Its diet includes insects, beetles, caterpillars, and spiders. It forages low to the ground, hopping through leaves, inspecting branches, and occasionally hanging upside down like a tiny acrobat. House wrens nest in any available cavity. They're known for stuffing multiple sites with twigs before choosing the perfect one. Males sometimes build decoy nests to impress females or confuse predators, a clever tactic in the avian world. With its boundless energy, clever habits, and endlessly cheerful voice, the house wren may be tiny, but it fills every corner of Mexico with life, song, and unexpected charm. Bandbacked Wren, Campylorhynchus zonatus. There's a rhythm in the jungle, and the bandbacked wren taps right into it, not with drums, but with its bold call and checkered beauty. The name zonatus means banded, perfectly describing the intricate pattern that runs across its back and tail like a woven tapestry. This striking wren ranges through southeastern Mexico's tropical lowland forests, forest edges, and overgrown clearings. It thrives in areas with dense vegetation, especially near water, where vines, palms, and thick underbrush offer both food and shelter. At about 6.5 inches long, the bandbacked wren, is a blend of earthy tones and sharp contrast. Its back and wings are covered in black and white barring, while the underparts are clean white. A crisp white eyebrow stretches above a dark eye, and its long tail is boldly patterned, always flicking with energy. What makes this wren unforgettable is its communal lifestyle. These birds live in tight-knit family groups that forage, sing, and build together. Their social calls are a chorus of buzzy trills and chatter, constantly exchanged as they move through the foliage like a musical team. They feed on insects, spiders, and small fruits, hopping nimbly through branches, probing bark, and lifting leaf litter. Agile and curious, they're always in motion. Bandbacked wrens are skilled builders. Their nests are large, football-shaped structures made of twigs and fibers, often hung from tree branches in visible clusters. Multiple group members help maintain and guard these nests year-round. With their bold markings, rich vocalizations, and tightly woven family bonds, bandbacked wrens are more than just beautiful. They're nature's architects, musicians, and storytellers, wrapped in a lattice of feathers and sound. Northern rough-winged swallow, Stelgidopteryx cerepennis. It doesn't dazzle with colors, nor does it sing elaborate songs, and yet there's quiet poetry in the way the northern rough-winged swallow moves. Its name cerepennis means saw-feathered, a nod to the tiny serrations on its outer wings, though this detail is nearly invisible in flight. This swallow is a familiar summer resident across much of Mexico, gliding gracefully over open fields, rivers, and urban spaces. It prefers open habitats near water, where insects swarm and banks offer nesting sites. Measuring about 5.5 inches long, it's modest in appearance but elegant in form. Its plumage is soft brown above and pale grayish-white below, a color palette that mirrors the dusty skies and sandy banks it calls home. Its silhouette in flight is sleek and unhurried, like a whispered line drawn across the air. What makes this swallow special is its understated grace. It's less flashy than its cousins, but just as skilled. You'll often spot it flying low over water, catching insects in midair with silent precision. Unlike other swallows, it rarely vocalizes, a bird that lets its movements speak. Its diet is made up almost entirely of flying insects. It hunts on the wing, often near dusk or dawn, when its silhouette dances in the golden light. Nesting usually takes place in burrows, either natural crevices in cliffs and riverbanks, or old kingfisher tunnels. The female lays 4 to 6 eggs, and both parents tend the young until they fledge. With no need for bright colors or loud songs, the northern rough-winged swallow teaches us that beauty can ride the wind, quiet, effortless, and free. Barn swallow, Hirundo rustica. Graceful, swift, and timeless, the barn swallow is a symbol of summer skies and boundless freedom. Its name, Hirundo rustica, reflects its close association with rustic places, where it nests under eaves and rafters like a feathered neighbor. In Mexico, barn swallows are common migrants and breeders, seen darting across fields, lake shores, and rural villages. They favor open spaces near water and human structures, where they find both food and nesting ledges. Measuring around 7 inches long, this swallow is instantly recognizable by its long, deeply forked tail that trails behind it like twin ribbons. Its metallic blue back glimmers in sunlight, while the cinnamon-orange face and underparts add warmth. A dark, glossy collar encircles its throat, like a delicate pendant of ink. What sets the barn swallow apart is the poetry of its flight. It loops, twists, and glides with impossible agility, plucking insects from mid-air in a continuous dance. Watching one fly feels like watching the wind take form. Its diet consists almost entirely of flying insects, flies, mosquitoes, beetles, all captured on the wing. It hunts from dawn to dusk, often skimming just inches above the ground or water. Barn swallows build cup-shaped mud nests lined with feathers and hair. These are placed on walls, beams, or cliff ledges, often reused year after year. Both parents share in raising the brood, sometimes producing 2 clutches in a single season. With every swoop and shimmer, the barn swallow turns the sky into a canvas. It may be common, but its beauty is enduring, like a brushstroke of life that returns each spring to paint the air with movement and grace. Mangrove Swallow, Tachycynetta albilinea. Gliding low above still lagoons and winding rivers, the mangrove swallow flashes like a green-blue gem in motion. Its name albilinea refers to the delicate white line above its eye, a subtle touch on an otherwise iridescent canvas. In Mexico, this swallow is found along coastal lowlands, especially in areas rich with mangroves, riverbanks, and estuaries. It thrives in watery habitats, where insects are abundant and tree cavities provide ideal nesting spots. Measuring just 4.5 to 5 inches long, the mangrove swallow is small but striking. Its back and crown shimmer in hues of metallic green and blue, while its underparts are clean white. The namesake white eye stripe gives it a crisp, alert expression, as if it's always scanning the sky. What truly sets this swallow apart is its close relationship with water. It skims the surface with expert agility, dipping for insects and sipping while flying, a behavior few birds can match. Its flight is both graceful and precise, a perfect blend of form and function. Its diet consists almost entirely of flying insects, mosquitoes, gnats, and other small invertebrates caught mid-air. It feeds constantly, especially at dawn and dusk when insect activity peaks. Nesting occurs in natural cavities like old woodpecker holes, palm stumps, or nest boxes near water. Both parents care for the chicks, and some pairs return to the same site year after year, faithful not just to each other, but to place. With its shimmering plumage, delicate markings, and watery world, the mangrove swallow is a quiet jewel of Mexico's wetlands, a bird that moves like a ripple and glows like sunlight on the tide. Purple martin, Prognosubis. When the sky fills with swirling silhouettes just before sunset, chances are you're watching purple martins in motion, swift, acrobatic, and cloaked in glossy indigo. The name Prognosubis comes from Greek mythology, linking this elegant bird to a tale of transformation, and its beauty certainly feels otherworldly. In Mexico, purple martins arrive each year during migration, using the country as a vital stopover or breeding site, especially in open areas near water. They thrive in fields, farmlands, and towns where people provide nest boxes or gourd colonies. At about 7.5 to 8 inches long, the male purple martin is a shimmering deep blue-black, almost appearing purple in the right light. Females are more modestly colored with grayish underparts, but equally graceful in flight. Their slender wings and forked tails give them a sleek, almost aerodynamic silhouette. What makes this swallow unforgettable is its social spirit. Purple martins live in colonies, swooping together in elegant aerial displays and roosting by the thousands during migration, a moving cloud of wings and song. Purple martins nest in cavities, but in many places they rely entirely on human-provided housing. Males arrive first, claiming space and calling with rich, watery gurgles to attract females. Both parents raise the young, fiercely defending their chosen home. With their metallic sheen, synchronized flight, and gentle chatter, purple martins bring the sky to life. They're not just beautiful, they're a celebration of movement, community, and the magic of migration. Melodious Blackbird, dives. It may be dressed in all black, but the melodious blackbird brings color through sound. Its name dives comes from Latin for rich, a fitting title for a bird with one of the richest voices in Mexico's avian world. Native to southern Mexico and Central America, this adaptable blackbird thrives in a variety of habitats. Forest edges, open fields, city parks, farms, and even suburban backyards. It's not shy about living near people. In fact, it seems to enjoy the company. Measuring about 9.5 inches in length, it has sleek, glossy black feathers that shimmer with hints of deep purple and blue in the sunlight. Its large black eyes and sturdy bill give it a confident, expressive look, like it knows you're listening. But what truly sets this bird apart is its voice. The melodious blackbird sings with slow, flute-like notes, mellow, rolling tones that carry far in the morning air. Unlike the harsher calls of grackles or cowbirds, its song feels warm, smooth, and welcoming. Its diet includes insects, grains, seeds, and fruits. It forages on the ground or in low shrubs, often flipping leaves or hopping along roadsides with surprising boldness and curiosity. During nesting season, pairs work together to build a cup-shaped nest in trees or shrubs. They're attentive parents, often raising multiple broods in a single year and fiercely guarding their territory with both song and presence. With its velvety feathers, charming boldness, and soothing song, the melodious blackbird isn't just background noise. It's the soundtrack to Mexico's countryside mornings, a gentle reminder that beauty isn't always seen. Sometimes it's heard. Bronzed cowbird, Molothrus aeneas. At first glance, the bronzed cowbird might look like just another blackbird, until the light hits. Then its feathers ignite with a bronze-green shimmer, and its piercing red eyes flash like tiny embers. The species name Aeneas comes from Latin for bronze, capturing the metallic luster that sets this bird apart. Widespread across much of Mexico, the bronzed cowbird thrives in open farmland, scrublands, pastures, and city outskirts. It's often seen strutting across roadsides or perched confidently on fence wires, as if surveying the land it freely roams. Measuring about 7 to 8 inches in length, the male is all gloss and confidence. Dark plumage with a subtle iridescent sheen, stocky body, and glowing red eyes that stand out against its shadowy face. Females are plainer, brownish and smaller, but equally sharp in movement. What truly makes the bronzed cowbird unforgettable, though, is its reproductive strategy. It's a brood parasite, meaning it lays its eggs in the nests of other bird species. The unsuspecting hosts raise the cowbird chick, often at the expense of their own young. Its diet includes seeds, grains, and insects, often foraged from open ground or following livestock. In agricultural areas, it thrives by taking advantage of disturbed soil and human activity. Since it doesn't build nests or raise its own chicks, the bronzed cowbird spends its time roaming and feeding, its energy invested in stealth rather than structure. With its gleaming armor, ruby-red eyes, and rule-breaking lifestyle, the bronzed cowbird is both beautiful and controversial, a shimmering outlaw on Mexico's avian stage. Greattailed Grackle, Quiscalus mexicanus. Flashy, noisy, and full of swagger, the great-tailed grackle isn't just a bird, it's a performer. The species name mexicanus proudly ties this showy character to Mexico, where it thrives not just in nature, but in the heart of bustling cities. From coastal lagoons to downtown plazas, this adaptable bird is found across most of Mexico, especially in open spaces near water and human activity. It roosts in palm trees, forages in parking lots, and turns supermarket rooftops into a stage. Measuring up to 18 inches, the male is an eye-catcher, long-legged, with glossy black plumage that flashes shades of violet, blue, and green in the sun. His absurdly long tail fans out like a folding fan in mid-strut. Females are smaller, brownish, and less flamboyant, but just as sharp. What truly sets the Greattailed Grackle apart is its personality. These birds are loud, intelligent, and theatrical. Their calls range from robotic clicks to whistles and glassy shrieks, sometimes musical, sometimes downright alien. They eat just about anything: insects, fruit, scraps, lizards, eggs, even fries stolen off cafe tables. Opportunistic and clever, they've learned to exploit city life better than many people do. During breeding season, males gather in leks, loose display groups where they puff their feathers, spread their tails, and belt out bizarre songs to impress females. The social drama rivals any soap opera. With its dazzling plumage, eccentric voice, and urban antics, the Greattailed Grackle turns everyday sidewalks into bird theater. A beautiful troublemaker who knows exactly how to steal the spotlight. Rufuscollared Sparrow, Zonotrichia capensis. With a chestnut collar and a crown of black and white stripes, the Rufuscollared Sparrow looks like it's wearing a tiny heraldic crest. Its scientific name, Zonotrichia capensis, hints at its ornate head. Capensis, referring to its cap-like pattern. In Mexico, this charming sparrow is mostly found in the southern highlands, favoring open woodlands, mountain villages, gardens, and cultivated fields. It thrives in elevations where morning mist hugs the hills and songs carry far through the crisp air. It measures about 6 inches long, small but sharply marked. Its gray face and underparts contrast beautifully with the chestnut neckband, while the black crown stripes and bold white eyebrow give it a distinctive, almost regal expression. But what truly sets this sparrow apart is its song. Melodic, whistled, and surprisingly varied, its calls differ between regions. Almost like local dialects, males often perch openly to sing, filling mountain mornings with clear, fluting notes. Its diet is made up of seeds, grains, and small insects. It forages on the ground in pairs or loose flocks, hopping among leaves, stones, and grass with focused energy. It's equally at home in rural farms and city parks. During the breeding season, it builds a neat cup-shaped nest near the ground, often hidden in shrubs or grassy clumps. Both parents share feeding duties, and the species may raise multiple broods in one season. With its crisp patterns, regional songs, and quiet adaptability, the Rufuscollared Sparrow is like a soft-spoken poet, not loud or flashy, but undeniably elegant, bringing voice and rhythm to Mexico's highland landscapes. Goldenfronted Woodpecker, Melanerpes orifrons. With a golden blaze on its forehead and a drumbeat that echoes through dry forests, the golden-fronted woodpecker is both a visual spark and a rhythmic presence. Its name, orifrons, means golden forehead, a tribute to the splash of sunlight it carries between its eyes. This vibrant woodpecker is found across much of Mexico, particularly in arid and semi-arid landscapes, from scrubby woodlands and dry forests to farms, orchards, and even backyard feeders. It's right at home where cactus and mesquite share the land with fence posts and fruit trees. Measuring about 9 to 10 inches long, it's a medium-sized woodpecker with a stunning palate. Males boast a golden forehead, red crown, black and white barred back, and pale underparts. Females wear the same striking outfit, minus the red crown. A flash of yellow-orange often appears near the base of the bill, adding even more warmth to its look. But what makes this bird unforgettable is its percussive soundtrack. The golden-fronted woodpecker taps and rattles against trunks and branches with sharp, deliberate rhythm, not just to find insects, but to signal territory and impress mates. Its diet is varied and flexible. Beetles, ants, caterpillars, fruits, seeds, and even occasional flower nectar. It's known to visit feeders and peck into oranges, papayas, and corn. Nests are carved into dead wood, fence posts, palm trunks, or tree limbs. Both parents excavate the cavity and share in raising the chicks. With its sun-touched plumage, confident tapping, and lively personality, the Goldenfronted Woodpecker brings music and color to the driest corners of Mexico, a natural percussionist with a splash of gold. Claycolored Thrush, Turdus grayi. At first glance, the clay-colored thrush might not turn heads. Its plumage is soft brown, its markings subtle. But once it sings, everything changes. The name Turdus grayi honors British naturalist John Edward Gray. Yet in Latin America, it's known more intimately as a singer of rain and renewal. This thrush is widespread across eastern and southern Mexico, favoring humid forests, coffee plantations, gardens, and town squares. It's especially common in the Yucatan and Veracruz, where its song is a familiar backdrop to daily life. About 9 inches long, the clay-colored thrush wears a modest coat, warm brown above, paler below, with faint streaking on the throat. Its soft yellow bill and gentle eye give it a calm, alert expression. There are no flashy colors here, just quiet confidence. But what makes this bird truly unforgettable is its voice. Clear, fluting, and often improvised, its song is complex and melodic, sometimes lasting minutes at a time. In some regions, its singing marks the arrival of the rainy season, a symbol of fertility and fresh beginnings. Its diet includes fruits, berries, insects, and earthworms. It forages on the ground, flicking aside leaves with quick hops, or plucks berries from low branches with practiced ease. The nest is a simple cup of twigs and mud, often placed low in shrubs or trees. Both parents help raise the chicks, guarding them with sharp alarm calls and watchful eyes. With unassuming beauty and a voice full of emotion, the clay-colored thrush is living proof that in Mexico's rich tapestry of birds, even the quietest colors can carry the loudest songs. Rufusbacked Thrush, Turdus rufopalliatus. Among leaf litter and sun-dappled branches, the rufusbacked thrush moves like a whisper, quiet, composed, and full of song. Its scientific name, rufopalliatus, refers to its rich reddish back, a rusty cloak that sets it apart from its more modest cousins. Endemic to Mexico's Pacific lowlands, this thrush is found in dry forests, wooded gardens, plantations, and second-growth areas from Sinaloa to Oaxaca. It's a bird of the margins, thriving between wild habitat and human presence. Measuring about 9 inches in length, it sports warm rufus-brown upperparts, grayish underparts, and a pale, streaked throat. The reddish back and wings catch the morning light beautifully, while the soft yellow bill and expressive eyes lend it a gentle, thoughtful look. But its most striking feature is its voice. The rufus-backed thrush sings a slow, flute-like melody, mellow and haunting, often heard at dawn or dusk. Its notes drift through the dry forest like a memory, drawing the listener into a moment of stillness. It feeds primarily on insects, berries, and fallen fruit. It forages mostly on the ground, flipping leaves and scanning soil with steady, deliberate movements. It may join mixed-species flocks, but often prefers solitude or small family groups. During the breeding season, it builds a sturdy nest in shrubs or low trees, a tidy cup of twigs, leaves, and mud. Both parents care for the young, returning again and again with food in their bills and quiet purpose in their wings. With its understated colors and soulful song, the rufus-backed thrush is a melody tucked into the dry forest, a bird that doesn't dazzle the eye but speaks straight to the heart. Northern Cardinal, Cardinalis cardinalis. You don't just spot a northern cardinal, you feel it. A flash of crimson against the green, a clear whistle in the quiet. Its name, Cardinalis, comes from the bright robes of Catholic cardinals, and this bird wears its title proudly. In Mexico, the northern cardinal is most commonly seen in the northern and central regions, favoring woodland edges, gardens, and desert scrub. It thrives near human homes, often becoming a daily visitor to backyard feeders and patio trees. About 8 to 9 inches long, the male is unmistakable. Brilliant red from crest to tail, with a jet black face mask and strong orange bill. The female, no less beautiful, wears warm browns touched with red, and her soft tones glow in morning light. Both birds sport a tall pointed crest, a signature silhouette on any perch. What truly makes the cardinal unforgettable is its song. Males and females both sing, a rarity among songbirds, trading rich, whistled notes that sound like joy itself. Their songs are crisp, melodic, and can carry for blocks. Cardinals feed on seeds, berries, and insects. They forage on the ground or in low shrubs, often cracking sunflower seeds with ease or plucking fruit from branches with quick flicks of the bill. During the breeding season, pairs form strong bonds. The female builds a cup-shaped nest, while the male guards and feeds her. They often raise multiple broods, staying together through the year, even in winter. With its blazing plumage, lyrical song, and loyal presence, the northern cardinal brings color, music, and devotion to Mexico's landscapes, a living flame perched in the green. Cattle egret, Bubulcus ibis. It may not flaunt tropical colors or sing elaborate songs, but the cattle egret has a beauty rooted in simplicity and a lifestyle that tells a story of connection. Its name, Bubulcus ibis, translates to cowherd ibis, perfectly describing its unusual habit of following large animals like cattle, horses, and even tractors. This graceful white egret is found throughout much of Mexico, from farmlands and wetlands to grassy fields and roadside pastures. It's a common sight alongside livestock, delicately weaving between hooves with surprising confidence. Measuring about 19 to 21 inches tall, the cattle egret has mostly white plumage, a short yellow bill, and pale legs. But during breeding season, it transforms. Buff orange plumes appear on the crown, chest, and back, giving it a sun-kissed elegance that catches the light. What makes this bird truly stand out is its symbiotic behavior. As cattle graze and stir up insects, the egret walks close behind, snatching up grasshoppers, beetles, and flies with lightning-quick jabs. It's a clever partnership, one that turns a simple field into a shared hunting ground. Though mostly insectivorous, it also eats frogs, lizards, and small rodents when the opportunity arises. Its stalking style is calm, precise, and always opportunistic. Cattle egrets nest in large colonies, often alongside other wading birds. Their nests are built in trees or shrubs near water, with both parents sharing duties of incubation and feeding. With its peaceful presence, golden breeding glow, and age-old bond with grazing animals, the cattle egret is a quiet beauty of the Mexican countryside, a white shadow moving gently through fields of green. Blacknecked Stilt, Hymantopus mexicanus. With legs like stilts and a step as delicate as a ripple, the blacknecked stilt turns shallow wetlands into a stage. Its name, Hymantopus, means strap-footed, a nod to its impossibly long legs, while mexicanus honors the country where its elegance is so often seen. This striking shorebird is found across wetlands, marshes, lagoons, salt flats, and flooded fields throughout Mexico. It thrives in open, watery habitats, where its reflection is often as graceful as its stride. Measuring about 14 to 16 inches tall, with legs that seem to go on forever, the black-necked stilt wears a clean black and white outfit, glossy black on the back, neck, and crown, and bright white underneath. Its bill is long, thin, and needle-sharp, built for precision in shallow water. What makes this bird unforgettable is its delicate yet confident movement. It wades gracefully through mirror-like pools, scanning for aquatic insects, crustaceans, and small fish. When feeding, it moves with poise, like a dancer mid-performance, dipping and picking with finesse. Despite its elegance, it's fiercely protective. During nesting season, stilts lay their eggs on bare ground near water, often in colonies. If threatened, they'll scream, dive bomb, or even fake a broken wing to lure predators away. Their vocalizations are sharp and repetitive, not melodic, but full of urgency. These sounds cut across the stillness of the marsh, making sure every intruder knows. Beauty doesn't mean weakness. With its stilt-like legs, bold contrasts, and graceful defiance, the Blacknecked Stilt is one of Mexico's most captivating water birds, a living silhouette that turns wetlands into works of art. Bare-throated tiger heron, Tigrosoma mexicanum. It stands like a statue, motionless among the mangroves, a feathered sentinel cloaked in cryptic stripes. The bare-throated tiger heron is one of Mexico's most mysterious water birds. Its scientific name, Tigrosoma mexicanum, means Mexican tiger body, and one glance reveals why. Native to coastal and lowland wetlands of southeastern Mexico, this heron prefers mangroves, riverbanks, marshes, and forested lagoons. It thrives in slow-moving, shadowed waters where prey moves silently beneath the surface. At about 28 inches tall, it's a medium-sized heron with a commanding presence. Its plumage is finely barred in black and buff, creating a tiger stripe effect that blends perfectly into reeds and branches. The bare yellow-green patch on its throat pulses when it calls, a feature both strange and mesmerizing. What truly sets this heron apart is its stillness. It hunts like a shadow, standing rigid for minutes, then striking with lightning speed to snatch fish, frogs, or crustaceans. Its stalking behavior feels ancient, almost prehistoric. Its diet consists of aquatic animals, small fish, crabs, amphibians, and insects. It forages alone, moving slowly and deliberately through shallows, often at dawn or dusk when the wetlands are quiet. During breeding season, pairs build stick nests high in trees near water. Their deep guttural calls, more like growls than bird songs, echo through the mangroves, eerie and unforgettable. With its cryptic plumage, sculptural form, and haunting voice, the bare-throated tiger heron is a living relic, a beautiful predator carved from the silence and shadows of Mexico's watery forests. Bluecrowned Chlorofonia, Chlorofonia occipitalis. Some birds look like they've flown straight out of a jewelry box, and the blue-crowned Chlorofonia is one of them. Its name occipitalis refers to the bright blue crown at the back of its head, but that's just one part of this tiny gem's radiant design. Found in the cloud forests and humid highlands of southeastern Mexico, particularly in Chiapas, this species favors the mossy canopy of mature forests. It thrives in areas rich with fruiting trees and tangled vegetation, a secretive bird in an enchanted world. Only about 5 inches long, the blue-crowned Chlorofonia is compact but dazzling. Males wear a glowing emerald green from head to tail, with a turquoise-blue crown and golden-yellow underparts. Females are similarly green but softer in tone, like a moss-covered stone lit from within. What makes this bird truly special is the sheer intensity of its colors. It doesn't need to sing loudly or flash a large crest. It shines through the leaves like a living gemstone, briefly visible before disappearing back into the green. Its diet centers around fruits and berries, especially figs and mistletoe. It forages quietly among the treetops, often in pairs or small groups, rarely descending to the ground. Nesting behavior is still relatively secretive, but it likely builds a mossy, ball-shaped nest tucked high among dense foliage, safe from predators and tucked away like a treasure. With its glowing plumage, secretive habits, and forest magic aura, the Bluecrowned Chlorophonia is one of Mexico's most beautiful hidden wonders. A spark of color in the mist. Here, one moment, gone the next. Northern Emerald Toucanet, Aulocorhynchus prasinus. Like a streak of green lightning darting through the mist, the northern emerald toucanet is as vibrant as it is elusive. Its scientific name, Aulocorhynchus prasinus, hints at its brilliance. Prasinus, meaning green, like young leaves touched by rain. This dazzling toucanet inhabits humid montane forests across eastern and southern Mexico, especially in the cloud forests of the Sierra Madre. It prefers dense, moss-draped canopies where filtered light dances on emerald feathers. Measuring about 12 to 14 inches long, it's small for a toucan but unmistakably striking. Its body is cloaked in rich green, with a shimmering blue throat and chestnut undertail. But the showstopper is its bill, boldly curved, mostly black with a bright yellow ridge, a perfect blend of power and elegance. What makes this bird unforgettable is its balance of boldness and stealth. Though brilliantly colored, it blends seamless into the foliage, moving with quiet agility. When it calls, a sharp barking "ruck," the sound echoes like a hidden forest bell. Its diet is largely frugivorous, feeding on figs, berries, and other soft fruits. But it also eats insects, lizards, and even bird eggs, using its bill like a tool, poking, prying, and tossing prey in mid-air before swallowing. Toucanets nest in tree cavities, often in old woodpecker holes. The female lays 3 to 4 eggs, and both parents share in feeding and protection. Chicks fledge in about 6 weeks, already bearing the signature bill shape of their kind. In Mexico's high forests, the northern emerald toucanet is a symbol of color, mystery, and hidden richness, a jewel with wings gleaming between the leaves. Ocellated Turkey, Meleagris ocellata. At first glance, it may seem like a wild turkey in carnival dress, but the ocellated turkey is something far more ancient and rare. Its name, Meleagris ocellata, refers to the striking eye-shaped spots, or ocelli, on its shimmering tail, symbols of watchfulness and beauty. This majestic bird is found only in a narrow region of the Yucatan Peninsula in southeastern Mexico, spilling slightly into Belize and Guatemala. It inhabits tropical forests and open clearings, often within protected biosphere and ancient Maya ruins. Roughly 28 to 36 inches long, this turkey is a kaleidoscope of metallic color. Iridescent bronze, green, and blue coat its body like polished armor. Its head is bare and powdered in a sky blue hue, with vivid orange-red warts, or caruncles, that swell during mating season. The tail fans out in brilliant bronze with turquoise eye spots, creating a spectacle of royal elegance. But the true magic of the ocellated turkey lies in its courtship. Males strut with feathers flared and wings dragging, producing a low drumming hum, followed by hollow booming sounds. A soundscape once common in Mayan forests. Though mainly herbivorous, it feeds on seeds, fruits, berries, and the occasional insect or snail, foraging in groups or alone at forest edges and roadsides. A living relic of a bygone world, the Ocellated Turkey walks like royalty through the jungles of Mexico, dazzling, dignified, and steeped in ancient mystery.
I'm recording a video.
Golden Eagle, Aquila chrysaetos mexicanus. Few birds command as much awe as the golden eagle. Its scientific name, Aquila chrysaetos mexicanus, blends the Latin for golden eagle with a nod to its iconic Mexican subspecies, a bird not just of the sky, but of the nation's heart. Soaring over mountain ranges, deserts, and open plains, this majestic raptor rules from the highlands of northern and central Mexico. It thrives in remote, rugged terrain where thermals lift its wide wings, and nothing stands taller than its shadow. With a wingspan reaching over 7 feet and a body length of up to 3 feet, the golden eagle is one of the largest birds of prey in the Americas. Its plumage is dark brown with golden bronze feathers crowning the back of its head and neck, a regal mantle in the wind. What makes this eagle unforgettable is its sheer presence. It glides with gravity-defying grace, scanning vast lands with piercing amber eyes. When it dives, it can reach speeds over 150 miles per hour, a feathered missile striking with absolute precision. It hunts mammals like rabbits, squirrels, and even foxes, locking onto movement from hundreds of feet above. With powerful talons and unrelenting focus, it defines what it means to be a predator. Mated pairs build massive nests on cliffs or tall trees, often returning to the same site year after year. They lay 1 to 3 eggs, fiercely guarding their legacy in the clouds. In Mexico, the golden eagle is more than a bird. It's a national symbol, emblazoned on the flag, representing strength, freedom, and the spirit of the land. When it spreads its wings, the sky itself seems to bow. From ancient Maya ruins to coastal mangroves alive with song, every bird we've met today carries more than just feathers and flight. They hold the spirit of Mexico, bold, brilliant, and deeply rooted in the rhythms of this land. At BBTV Official, we believe every bird is a story worth hearing, a story of survival, beauty, and the bond between nature and culture.
Really?
If these feathered wonders stirred your imagination, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite bird in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the heart of Mexico's avian world.